Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous taking the road warriors leading the dump. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio, or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch, because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's maid, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, and Trash's roadie known as Cirillo. They will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Class C Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Thank you.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week, kind of. And hopefully I'll get things together here. But it appears we had a multitude of weird things happening. And
when don't we?
Yeah, well, this is a weird thing, because I guess I never signed off last week to the mix.
Shame on you.
Yeah, they didn't like that a whole lot. He didn't fire me. Damn it.
He probably just sold you.
Damn it. He didn't fire me. Oh, let's see. I got to get you back in the picture. Now I think you're in the picture. Okay.
You hope.
All right.
I mean, we're not up there.
Oh, just wait.
Hold your horses.
Well, I didn't want to put us up and have him not there, because then he would be appearing to not being, I got to get rid of that. And the password he gave me is not right, so I can't even put us back on today. I have to figure it out tomorrow, or figure it out for next week. So.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah, we're here. All right. We can rock now. Okay. So, it's been a long week already. And it's going to get longer, because I'm not going to, I'm going to be leaving for L.A. this week. And then when I get back from L.A., I get to go get my car, my new car.
You better stop and see us on your way home.
My brand new car.
Everybody is going to go on a road trip but me.
Hey, you just be thankful you're going to have a wheel.
I know.
You're going to have wheels?
Yeah, I'm going to have wheels.
You're going to have your own car?
No.
Oh. Don't yell at me, because I didn't understand. I mean,
no, she's going to have my car while I'm
I get it.
I'm going through G-Mom's rentals. Only I have a stipulation with this.
Yep.
Don't wreck it.
Well, that's one of the stipulations.
Okay.
But no, I have to take Tony to work on Thursday and Saturday.
All right. Now let's see here. We got it together now, and now we'll have. There's our picture of the day. That's down my lane. That is a bunch of family members of my group of lovely deer hanging out.
Oh, nice.
Your long lost family.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Here. Let's hear you talk.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay. 3. Go ahead.
Hello.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay.
Oh,
go
there
ahead.
he is.
Go ahead. 4.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Got y'all. Okay. Whew.
When was that taken?
About 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh. They're just walking down the lane.
I have that all the time, though. I mean, they're constantly hanging out in the funnest places.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this week I'm going to be going to L.A.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to be mingling with some top brass. So hopefully we will see
Hobnobbing.
Hopefully we'll be getting signed to something.
Good.
Besides,
you're going west and I'm going east.
Yeah. You're going northeast and I'm going
northeast.
southwest.
Yes, right.
We couldn't be any further apart then.
Yep.
And I'm gonna. The funny part is, like when I went to Vegas, I was supposed to be at my.
And now.
I didn't then. That was pre Hen House days.
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to be at my place. I was supposed to be at the rendezvous point at like 8 a.m. Now you're looking at me like there's no way.
I know you.
But I was
know.
I was on East Coast time though, so that was like 8 a.m. is 9:10 was 11 for me. So I was up at 7. I was like, oh wow, I'm wide awake. Why am I so wide awake? And I realized that's because it was, and that's the way it's going to be for LA too, because I'm going to be bright and bushy and very happy. Well, I'll be up anyway.
At least he's going to have some fun. We're going to have some sorrow.
Well, you know.
I got a lot of pressure though. I mean, this is a lot of pressure. If I blow this, I've been working on this for a year. This is the time I've got to shine. I've got to do something totally out of my comfort zone. I got to be sociable.
You can do it.
Yeah, but I'm sociable to you guys because I know you, and when I know someone, I can talk to them. But when I don't know someone,
now wait a minute.
I've got to. It's a little
You've
bit
been
different.
doing this show for how long?
A week.
Bullshit.
I'm new at this.
No bullshit.
You can tell by the way I run the show.
You've been doing this for as long as I've known you.
But I'm doing this with people I know.
Yes, but when
I do it alone, I
minute.
just talk to myself.
Wait a minute. What I'm getting at is, we have new listeners out there that you've never met.
See, I still don't know. I don't talk to them.
Fine.
I talk to you guys.
And that's
you
fine.
talk to them.
Would you just let me finish, please?
Finish.
Okay. So you're talking to new listeners out there.
No, I'm not. But
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. Got a good show, I think, tonight. I don't think we have any RIPs tonight.
Well,
So-
we might after Tom Brady's last performance.
Or should I talk about Dusty Hill?
We have
Dusty Hill from ZZ Top.
Well, you can do that if you know him.
Do you know him?
I just knew he was from ZZ Top, that's all.
And
We have
when did he die?
Just the other day.
I believe it was August 7th, 2021.
we have one that's just not a celebrity.
So, Trish loves to send me dead people from years past.
I have to
You aren't
pick
even the right month. You didn't even pick the right
I
month.
know, but I wanted to make sure that you were on your toes. You know I have to throw a test
No,
once in a
it's
while.
not. You're on my toes when you do that. I mean, I saw that. And I said, "Oh man, is that another ZZ Top?" And I was like, "That sucks." And I said, "Wait a minute. He's a bass player. He's already dead." And I looked at the date of birth or date of death, and it was August 7th. I said, I'm going to get her on this because she sent me another one. Who was the other? There were a couple that you sent me that were dead a couple years, a
But
couple
see,
times.
I've got to keep you on your toes.
Like, I know one that Clint Eastwood is one that you've said were dead at least once, and that that was a couple years ago. She said he was dead. And I'm like, is he? Oh, I said, oh man, he's one of my favorite directors, and I'm like,
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
He's still alive, kicking and doing movies.
yes, that was before he came out with the Cry Macho.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yes. So, stop cutting Trish off.
Yes.
How else am I supposed to control her? Hey, there's Xandra. I know Xandra. Hey, yeah, it's just Anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So,
You better.
But let me see here.
Hey, I got a new addition to my house.
What is it? A living
got
room or?
Nope, I got my handicap parking sign.
Did you really?
Yes,
oh,
I
that's
did.
cool. That's neat.
The only
was
problem
installed
is now
today.
she can't park in her yard.
Yeah, we have to have it moved.
They put it right where she would go out.
Oh no!
Yeah, right near the tree stump.
Oh man!
Yep, so
Oh,
now
that-
I'm going to have it moved at least over a little bit. But the good thing is it has Michael's plate and my placard number, so either of us can park
Okay.
up there.
Did you get along with your new neighbors?
I hardly talk to her because I never see her.
I was going to say, what new neighbors? They're like cave people.
That's,
They
Oh,
stay
yeah.
in the house.
that's a good thing for most of us. Let's
But
see.
I mean, I have talked to her once, and she seems really nice. And
There you go.
you know,
Good.
she
Keep
said
it that
that
way.
come winter, I can park in front of her place
Oh,
if I
that's
have
nice.
to.
That's nice. That's
So,
good. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad that you're not in that situation where, you know.
At least not yet. I still have to fight the other neighbors for a spot.
Oh.
But
Well, they always say I fought the law and the law won. Well, we fought the law and we won.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. It's nice to know that. There we go. I need to put this in here for people that want to watch the show. What are you doing over there?
That's what I was
You
just about to...
unplugged yourself. Oh, that's
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
plug it in, plug it in.
She
She
turned
always,
herself off.
she always unplugged herself.
All right.
Oh,
What?
to the new, is it Kylie Sile?
Sile?
Oh,
Sile?
yeah. That's my person. Hi.
Sile, is it? Is it Sile? Okay.
Okay.
And Zandra's my person. And,
Jesse Joe's my person.
yeah. and Ann's my person. And Trisha's my person. Ashley's my person. And Cirillo's my person.
Is
So-
Cirillo even in there?
I didn't see him in there, but, you know, you
Yeah.
never know. He could be lurking.
That's true.
He's a lurker.
He does that a lot of times, especially when he's at work.
All right, so we don't have any dead people to talk about because he's still alive, or he's been
Start
dead.
the
He's still
show.
dead. He was dead last year
Well,
at this
I'm
time.
glad you know that.
I
You
do.
know, see, I just
Well,
need to
ZZ
make
Top
sure. I
is-
have to test your memory.
ZZ Top is one of my bands. I was going to do a tribute to ZZ Top too. I was putting together this thing, and I said, "No, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure this is wrong because I thought I was sure Dusty had died."
Jesse Joe says start the show. We
We
have.
are.
This is the show, Jesse Joe.
Joe, Jesse Joe, you got to tune in. You got to listen. Listen. Close the mouth. Listen. Open the ears.
We
Sorry.
have started it.
Traveling on a bus. Really? Oh, that doesn't sound like. Oh, you're not traveling to L.A. on a bus, are you? Are you going to L.A. on a bus?
That actually sounds like fun.
Oh, that sounds like a long
Well,
ride. I
yeah.
mean, my ride is on an airplane, and I'm going like 8. I'm going to be 8 or no. Actually, it's going to be shorter because I changed my flight. It's not going to be as bad as what it was going to be, but I'm going to be. Well, I'm leaving here at. I'm leaving here at 1:30, and I'm going to get there at 6:45, which isn't bad. It was going to be longer than that, so.
But your arms are going to be tired from
Yeah,
all that
well, you know, I'll
flying.
be flapping around, but, you know, got to do what you got to do. So she said, no, she's not. You're in L.A. Oh, that's right. You went to see your daughter. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, you'll have to teach me how to use the bus system because I don't know anything about. If I had to live in the city, I'd be in trouble because I don't really do the mass transit stuff, and that would.
Ashley's a good one.
Yeah,
for
I was
that.
going to say, Ashley can teach you around here.
She can teach you.
Well, that's not going to help me out there.
Well, we're not talking out there. We're talking here.
Okay. All right. Well.
You know, you
All
need,
you gotta
if
do
you have
is
any
make-
bus questions around here, you
All you
just
got to
ask
do is
Ashley.
make friends with the bus drivers like Ashley
Yeah,
does,
why-
and the people that sit next to you. You know, next thing
Now
you
wait,
know,
see, it's different for her to make friends with and me to make. If I make a pass at the bus driver, I get in trouble. She can get away with it.
Yeah, just ask
Yeah.
her about Daddy, Cousin, Uncle Jeff.
No. Well, yes, but it's also called Grandpa.
And I got this new phone case. I'm really excited about it because it'll eliminate my wallet because it's got all kinds.
I actually
it's got
like that phone
It's got like
case.
1, 2, 3. It's got
8, 6, 2, 12.
four in the front. It's got the takeoff for put it in your
Magnet.
car, and then it's got in the back. It's got 4 more there and 4 more there for credit cards.
I actually do like that.
It is. It's really nice and it's
Next
really,
week she'll have
I like
hers.
And-
my wallet.
and-
Next week she'll have hers.
yeah. And then you got the zipper thing, and you can put money in there or whatever. You know,
I actually like my wallet.
that's a thick wallet. See, I'm trying to get away from. I want to get one device that does everything. Like back when we were traveling for wrestling,
God.
we had a GPS, we had an MP3 player, we had
PDA.
and we had a phone, 4
Yep.
devices,
Yep.
and now this is it. You know, this is all the one.
Maybe you know I should go
Hey,
on that
Marcia.
website that you said, and I'll go see if I can get one.
Can't really hear the show making my way to the airport. Hollywood, here I come. Okay. Sounds like you're going to have an early. You're going to be there. Probably as early as I should be. I should have gone earlier than this because I'm going to miss part of the one thing. And
So we'll have to do that.
But
Order 2 of them, yeah.
I really do think
Yeah,
this.
but doesn't it have to go by the phone or?
What? No. Well, you have to have one that fits your phone. They had different sizes of this. You got to use your whatever phone you have and match it up. And what's your phone? You got to.
An 11. An Apple 11.
It would probably work because I think it's the same size as mine. What's yours?
I don't even remember anymore, believe it or not.
Yeah. Well,
Should tell you.
Mine's a little bit smaller, but not much.
but it's probably. Well, it is a little smaller. Yeah. Well, there's probably one. They do have one for the 11s.
I think that's what I have.
An 11. Well, this is an 11. This is an 11 Pro Max.
Maybe not.
His might be a Pro.
But anyway, I really like the idea of having one device that does everything. And they have some that are thicker than this for women.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, Christine was making fun of me because I got one of these, and when I told her I got it, she goes, "What are you going to wear? Are you going to carry a purse too?" And
No, you're going to carry a MERS, a man purse.
and actually, I do like because why should I put one in each pocket?
Right.
And then if I just use this one, then the other one is for my drink.
I have
That's true.
The iPhone 7.
I hear the show. Why do I hear the show?
Because it's on my phone.
Scared me. I'm thinking.
I think the iPhone 7.
Well,
You have the 7. Okay, well.
7 Plus.
I need to get a new phone anyway because that screen is cracked. So when I get my new phone, then I'll probably get one
But
of
the
those
thing is,
cases
it's
to go
cool
with
is
it.
this is an 11. This is an 11 Pro, and it's the same case as the Pro. The difference is the camera. See, you have 2. I have
Right.
3, and the new one that I'm getting has 4. And
Oh,
this one will work for all 4. Well, you should see the definition of the new pictures.
Oh.
They're unbelievable. They're just. I mean, like a lot of the people are shooting films on this. Some people shoot stuff for the theater on an iPhone.
Oh, wow.
So it's really
People were saying about the new one, the Pro of the iPhone. What is it?
it's the 12 or it's the 14 Max.
14 Max.
That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the 14.
They were saying it's just a recopy of what you have right there, but
No.
I don't believe
It has one more. It has one more lens. It has the pictures are a lot better. I mean, and that's hard to believe they're a lot
Well,
better
you're
because they're
only
really
going to
good.
get it if Xfinity lets you have it.
I'm just going to get a new provider if I have to.
Well, I think I'm eligible for an upgrade. I don't know how far, but
Well,
No.
you're eligible for an upgrade up to the top. You just depends how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
If you I'm buying the terabyte. I want storage. I haven't used my 512 on this, but I'm sure that by the time it all gets down to it. Are you running away? Uh-huh.
She knows it's Tuesday nights.
Tell her she can be on the show if she wants to be on. Just put her on speakerphone and we'll put her on the show. No, just kidding. No. Just kidding. Yeah. All right.
The
So
problem is
let's get this thing going.
You can tell her anything and she'll be up for it. I mean, I tell her
Just
I
like her
put
mom.
I tell her I put her on the roof because she's wearing a Belfont sweatshirt. Okay.
So you tell her anything, she'll believe you too.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. Let's get this thing going since we don't have any deaths to talk about today. Darn people don't die when I want them to.
I don't even know. The woman said I was eligible for a certain amount of money, but I don't remember what it was.
Okay. So I saw 2 movies this weekend, and actually you'll like one of them a lot.
Okay.
The Munsters.
Oh,
the new
yeah.
Munsters.
Oh,
the
dude.
The
Why
new.
do you do that?
It's Netflix. Do you have Netflix?
Oh, okay.
It's on
Yes.
Netflix.
How do you think we're watching that other show?
Well, don't get mad at me because I watch Netflix.
No, I'll be mad at you because you don't tell us you're watching that.
Well, what were you doing Tuesday?
The show.
Or,
show.
Saturday. What were you doing?
What was I doing Saturday?
Saturday. You were
Dashing.
Huh? Yeah, that's
DoorDash.
what I thought. Because we had some
We could've
conversation.
stopped DoorDashing.
Huh?
We could have stopped DoorDashing.
Well, I'm not going to take money out of your pocket. But anyway, let's talk about this movie. This movie was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It was actually really good. It showed the beginning of
Now,
how
wait,
they came together.
Now here's the thing. It'll take us 4 or 5 weeks maybe before we watch it.
See, I wasn't willing to wait. And next week, if I know I'm asking you to do what
Yes.
you did last time, and I'll come back and I'll take the show over with what hopefully I'll take the show over with stuff that I did in
That's
LA.
okay.
But I will. I'm hoping you guys can give me.
You know we come through for you. We've
did
got
last
your
time.
back.
Yeah, well, next week's gonna be a real mess because I'm not getting home until 11, probably noon on Monday. Then I have to go get my new car. I'm hoping they change that to Wednesday. If they change it to Wednesday, I'll be okay. But I'm just gonna be tired, and I'm gonna really be horrible Tuesday. So I'm hoping that I'm able to tell enough stories to make it worthwhile. And if we get Marcia in the room, she'll help remember. She'll
horrible than,
Are we doing
Trish.
what you and I had talked about? We'll talk about it off the air.
I don't know what we talked about.
We'll talk about it off the air.
All right, but yeah, I got my new pictures. I got my. I have some pictures. You can. I told you after I got my new ones, you could have some of the old ones.
I hope he does.
What?
The pictures. Oh.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah, okay.
what we're going to say off the air.
Okay, hold on just a sec. Okay, we'll do that. I wanted to do that for today, and I forgot about it. Okay, that's good.
I originally thought you said next week, but
Yeah, I probably didn't say a particular day. I was thinking today, but it's better next week.
Next week.
Anyway, so the movie was really, really good. It starts the Munsters from the beginning before they were married.
Wow.
And it doesn't have the children.
It
just
doesn't have Eddie.
not or the girl, the daughter. There's a daughter, wasn't there? There was.
yes,
yeah.
there's the daughter.
Yeah, because she was the only one that looked normal, and they
She's
thought,
the only one that
that was
looked
a
normal.
niece.
That's right. She's the only one that looked
and
normal.
she
Marilyn.
thought she was ugly because
Yeah, I thought that was Marilyn. I thought she was a niece.
No,
Oh, she's the daughter.
No, I think she's the niece.
I think she's a daughter. I might be wrong,
They've
but
always called her the niece.
well, I don't know. Whatever. She
Okay.
wasn't there either. But Grandpa's there, and Grandpa looks really like Grandpa. He looks like what's his name? The guy that played the original Grandpa.
Okay.
He looked good. They all look good. They actually all look pretty good. And I mean, they will never be able to replace the originals because, I mean, they. When I was a kid, I thought they were great. I mean,
Yeah, so did I.
but they
Fred
can't.
Gwynn, I believe, played
Yes,
Herman.
Fred Gwynn did, and
Yeah.
Fred Gwynn was a really tall man
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. But this guy was tall too, but he's. You will like it because if you like the series, you should like it. Niece, not daughter, my sister says.
See, thank you, Ann.
But what's she know?
Well, I think she knows a lot, especially if she's your sister.
Anyway, well, yeah, I mean, being my sister, she has to know a lot.
Okay, then.
Because we know a lot. I mean, you put us both together, we know everything in the world.
Well, she's at least siding with me, so
For some
I
reason.
told you.
I don't know how much you paid her, but you know.
I'll never tell that.
Anyway, it was worthwhile. It was really a really good movie.
So now we got to watch Cobra Kai. Now we got to watch Munsters. Jeez, Mike.
We've got our weekend cut out for us.
Well, you don't have to watch it for next week because I'm hoping to have a lot of stories for next week.
That's true.
And I don't even know where to start because I have no. I mean, there's so much going on. I really am afraid that I hope I can remember everything. But last year I
Take
just did
notes.
off. I didn't do any off notes last time. I just did it off the cuff. And I think this is going to be such a cool adventure because this is going to be different from all the other photo shoots I've done. I'm only going to have one look, and we're going to do layered looks and take things off, kind of like a stripper.
Figures.
And then I think somebody Plague Girl is coming in or something. They want to see me, and anyway, but that's another thing.
Okay, Pinocchio.
Anyway, back to the movie. The movie was really, really good. It had an interesting storyline. It showed how they got their house. It showed
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
yeah, and it kind of was cool because it brought me back to my childhood of when I watched this stuff, a
So
lot.
did I watched it all the time.
Did you know that the Addams Family and this launched the same year?
Yes.
I didn't know they launched the same
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And actually, the Addams Family was first.
Yeah.
Oh.
I looked at it right here. Which came first, the Addams Family or the Munsters? Did you know?
Well, they already did like a remake of the Addams
Yeah,
Family,
but
didn't they?
But I mean, this was well, yeah, they did
Yeah.
They did a while ago. They both came in were on 1964.
Okay.
So-
Love you, Jesse Joe.
Gone already? Jeez. I do that to her every week.
Yes, you do.
I know.
And she still comes back.
Yeah.
She loves you, Mike Trash.
I don't think she loves me. I think she likes everybody else.
Hey,
but-
it says I love you all, so that includes you.
Who's all? Do we have someone named All?
Yeah, he's right here.
Anyway, it was just really cool. So I think that you will like it if you watch that movie. You'll definitely enjoy that movie, and it was just kind of cool. It's made by Rob Zombie.
Oh, nice.
So it was kind of funny when I saw that at the end. I was like, Rob Zombie. I really expect it to be scary then, because he's usually a scary guy, you know. But it wasn't scary. It was like you would expect it to be. It was true to the way that the movie really. Oh, here's a picture of the new. There you go. There's the main characters.
Oh, wow.
And they look really close to. I mean, as close as they can get. He especially does.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, once you get closer to him, he doesn't necessarily look like it. But it got actually a pretty high rating off of Rotten Tomatoes, which is really tough to get out of Rotten Tomatoes. But it gave it a really good score. So
The kids weren't in there.
the kids were not born yet.
So this is before they actually had the.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm looking to see. I believe
We'll definitely make time to watch that.
that's one you would definitely watch and enjoy. So the other one I watched was Halloween End. Now
I've heard so many things
I liked
about
it.
that.
It was good, but it's the weird thing is it was number one in the box office,
Okay.
but it was on Peacock and the theaters.
Oh.
So for them to be number one with it being out on Peacock, that was pretty darn good. Now it only did 40 million, so wasn't a killer weekend. But when you consider it was on Peacock and it did 40 million, that's pretty good. So
Because how many people that watched on Peacock would have paid to go see it in the theater?
I would have.
I mean, I've heard mixed reviews.
Well, it doesn't look like it's good. Ooh, it doesn't look like
Yeah.
the reviews were good. But I really liked the movie. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. But a lot of the people did not apparently like this movie. But I did. I thought it was decent. So
Would I watch it?
I didn't think it was that scary.
Okay.
I mean, that's probably why people didn't like it. It wasn't as bloody and scary as a lot of them.
As long as I
But it was-
watch it and come out in daylight, right?
I don't even think that they would have been that much that I would worry about. But it was good. I thought it was pretty good. So, like I said, it definitely I thought it was all right.
Okay.
And, the ending was really interesting too.
Was it what you expected or not a clue?
I went in with no expectations on it. That could be why.
Okay.
That could be why I liked it, because I didn't have any expectations. So, but those were the two that I saw this week. Now I found the box office. The thing I was looking for. This is the box office for the week, and Halloween did 40 million. Smile did 12 million. Lyle Crocodile did 7 million. So the Woman King. Now, when I say Halloween did 40 million, its total was 40 million because it just opened. Smile did 12 million. Its gross was 71 million. Lyle did 7 million. Its total was 22 million. The Woman King did 3.7 million. It's at 60 million for total. So it didn't do too. It really did, as good as can be expected considering what it's all about. Let's see here. Just looking down, like for instance, number 12 was Bullet Train, did 421,000, but it's at 103 million for the total. So
Wow.
it's not too bad. I liked Bullet Train a lot because it was funny and it was, you know. And,
Well, we can actually talk about Cobra Kai now too, because
Some
we've
of
seen the first 3 episodes.
I'd rather wait because the stuff that happens at the end are the things I would talk about more than things that happen.
Well, you've been wanting to talk about it, so now we're 3
Well, all I
episodes
can tell you
in.
is Terry is a good heel.
Okay.
Terry's the bad
Terry
guy.
Silva.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm saying. You're saying a good heel?
Yeah, he did a lot of things that are really underhanded, and he continues to do it all the way to the end. So
Well, we just have to watch and find
all I
out.
can tell you is the end is not what you're going to expect it to be.
Okay.
So
But right now, it keeps on, like, again, just when you think you figured it out, it takes another
that's
turn.
why I like that show, because you can't guess what's going to happen, and it continues to be that way.
I mean, the only thing where we're at right now is and I'm going to say myself, I sort of knew what was going to happen, near the end of the 3rd episode, because
Well, I don't know what. Tell me where you're at, because I really don't know.
we're
The
just
furniture
we're on the
store.
3rd episode where Silver puts fire to the
Okay.
gentleman's
Okay.
furniture
To
place.
Mike's.
Yeah,
The guy
got it.
Mike.
Got it. Well, Mike isn't done yet, and I can tell you, there's a lot of things that happen in this freaking show that just I love this show
I
because
knew that was going to happen because he said I remember saying Daniel, I got one other business to take care of, and then I'm going to come and take care of you. And when he did that, I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Well, all I can tell you is that that's probably my favorite show of the year because of the way they ended it. They ended it with me wanting so much more because you
But
think
you
that.
said they've already done season 5, right?
Yep, it's ready to go.
So-
It's in the can, ready to
All
go.
right. Well, we're going to try to do.
Well,
2
it's
more
probably not. They're not.
episodes.
Chances are they're not going to release it till next fall. So, but anyway, it's pretty good. All right, so that's it for that.
How's my Cuddlebug?
I'm fine. I'm fine. oh, that wasn't me. Okay.
I think her
thought
phone
she
might
was
have died, because we just kind of got cut off, and she hadn't called back yet. So
Oh, okay.
I think she was talking about me or.
Oh, maybe.
No, I was actually
excuse
talking
me,
about
but then
the dog.
again, I should say in a month I won't be her Cuddlebug anymore. She'll have something else to come.
Yeah, Bear.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, she already said it, put on Facebook. It's the
Yeah.
new love of her life.
Yeah, I know.
That's right. All right. Well, that's okay. So at least I can keep that up there for the Cobra Kai for the next couple of weeks, and that'll be my reminder to ask you where you're at this point. Have you seen the whole thing yet?
No, I've seen none of it.
None of it.
See, she.
Get out of here. Get.
She hasn't even seen the first episode. I mean, her first.
Really?
No,
Did you see the movie?
No.
Holy crap! What's wrong with you, girl? Oh man.
It was so bad when I first started watching it when I was working for McDonald's in Ephrata, and I started watching the first episode, and right from the beginning, it started getting me. And I was talking to a guy who also name was Mike, and he said, and had I think a jacket or something with Cobra Kai on it. And he was like, oh, I can't wait for the next one to come out, can't wait for it. And it was like, I'm going, and I'm watching these, like, just letting it play, and it was catching, like, I'd go to work and go, oh, I can't wait for this to come out. And he'd laugh because he already had seen them, and it was like, he goes to me, oh, you'll be in suspense. And I'm like, no. And he goes, no, you'll be in suspense. So
All I can tell you is it shows what people will do for fame, not for money. Because Cobra Kai was a money-making machine when he was done with it.
yeah.
He was, going out and he started branches and has everything going his way. And it shows that someone will risk all of that because of pride and because of, wanting to be, to wipe out the enemy, so to speak. So it gets better. It just keeps going up until the end, and then the explosion is big.
Do you have
So-
Netflix, Ashley?
I believe so.
Then there's no reason why you shouldn't be watching it.
Yeah, anyway. Talk about peer pressure. Jeez. She's getting it from all sides here.
Now she's going to go on to Netflix and see.
She's going to watch it now.
Hey, while you're sitting at home and we're in Connecticut, you can watch it.
The only thing I would tell her is watch it from the beginning, because
Oh, yeah, you should.
watch it from the new episode, you're going to be confused.
But the thing is, the important thing is that you see Danny and you see
Danielson.
You see Johnny, and Johnny was the bad guy in the movies, and Danny was the good guy in the movies. In this series, they trade off being good guy, bad guy. Because every time I got to like Johnny, because he started feeling sorry for him, and then Danny becomes a jerk, and then you really hate Danny. Then all of a sudden, Johnny turns into a jerk, and Danny is a good guy, and they keep going back and forth until the third member comes in the second or third season. I guess it was the third season.
Yeah.
And then this fourth guy comes, and he's just the biggest dick of all of them.
I like how they keep on bringing the characters back from the past.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm waiting for the female, I forget her name, but was in the...
Allie?
No. The Oriental one that he dated, or what was that he fought the other guy that he's with now for,
I even forget her name
I think
too,
she
but
in the one he did see her before, because he actually went back to Okinawa, and he did see her.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget the girl's name, but
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who he was talking about till he just elaborated on it. Anyway,
Maybe I
all right,
don't.
so let's move on to something. What? Maybe a
I
what?
don't have Netflix. I have to update my payment.
Oh. What am I going to do? Anyway, all right, so let's...
I'll just have to wait till I get paid back some money.
Oh. I don't know who that is, but I think it's somebody in this room.
It's okay.
Kumiko was her name?
yes, Kumiko. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, wait a minute. She just say you pay her back some money, but the thing of it is, wait a minute. Weren't you nice enough to loan you your vehicle? Okay, and then wait a minute. She's using the gas that she put in there, isn't it correct? So, what do you want?
So wait a minute. If you want that full tank when you get the car back, I need that money.
Whatever.
But you already put it in there, okay? So my point is, so we're probably going to have to put it in there anyway, so you get, what is it? Zeros! Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the zeros.
So,
There's something I was going to do with zeros today. What was it?
Hand more out?
Give them all to me.
I think there was something I was going to take away from you. For giving me people that are already dead. I was thinking of taking your zeros for that.
Testing you.
Yeah, you were tested. I don't need to be tested. I am the main man.
Okay.
The name.
I think Ashley should lose some zeros too, and I should get both of their
why?
zeros, because she's the one that knocked on Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the Cowgirls lost too.
They should come back to me.
Wait a minute. We didn't say anything about the Cowgirls. We just said that she said that Tom Brady lost to the Steelers.
Because he did. I'm just
Okay,
stating
we
facts.
already know what your team did and what my team did. What did your team do? You won,
Yeah,
right?
we lost.
And you lost.
We lost because we played.
Oh, is that what you okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 winners and 2 losers in this group.
Yeah.
I see.
And it happens to be the 2 mics that lost, right?
No, I'm always a winner.
All right.
I'm always a winner, regardless of who wins.
But that's what I'm saying. I think you should take the zeros away from him and give them to me, Mike.
No. We won.
It doesn't matter. I think he should take the zeros away and give them to me.
My
Why?
Netflix is up now.
They fixed it? Okay, good.
How'd you fix it?
I had just enough money to fix it.
Wow. That's
I am now broke.
oh, man. Wow.
What else is new?
Huh.
We'll talk off the air.
I don't.
Okay.
I actually don't have Netflix. Christine has it, so I didn't.
You know, it's funny that I got it. Now she has it. Tony has
She's
it.
had it before. though.
Right. And the thing of it is, it's like, why do you need two of them in the same house?
I don't know.
Tony won't give his up.
Yeah, Tony won't give his up.
He'd
So.
be out on the streets if he was up to me. But anyway, that's okay. Anyway, all right, time to move on. Okay, Pat Sajak is in the news.
Again?
Again?
Oh?
What was he in the news before?
Yeah, you think he was quitting the show.
Oh well, he was really upset this time. He was standing next to a guy that was was up for something, and the guy ended up spitting when he said a loogie flew out and just missed him. He said, it says here, Pat Sajak was not amused when a contestant revealed their gross manners. One of the players nearly spat on him, but it was purely accidental, not intentional. A player got a little too excited as they spoke close to the game show legend on Friday's broadcast of Wheel of Fortune. Ricky from Carlsbad, California, couldn't contain himself when he got ready for a bonus round. Read what happened next. And so he goes, Pat Sajak asked Ricky to choose 3 categories for the final round. The choices were phrase, thing, and place. Ricky excitedly said, let's go with place. As he said the word, he nearly spat on the host, and the two were standing close to each other. Ricky looked to his left as he responded to the game show host. He almost spat in Pat's face as he pronounced the letter P. Pat rolled his eyes and clearly didn't appreciate it. His face said all that the Wheel of Fortune audience awkwardly laughed. And Pat said, all right, we'll be right back. And the game show cut to the commercial. Despite the blunder, Ricky ended up winning $59,570 after winning the $40,000 grand prize during the bonus round. This isn't the first awkward and weird moment on the show. Pat Sajak was inappropriate to a contestant who was sad over their loss earlier this week. The host got candid about the smell of his sock collection. Some fans can only imagine how that conversation went. So the end is near, according to the...
I watched the episode that night.
Did you? Okay.
Yes, because I remember this guy.
Well, I guess some other people remember him too, but... oh, man. It says...
It's on its way out.
Last month, Pat Sajak sat down with the hostess, Vanna White, for an exclusive interview with E.T. He said that he can see himself stepping down from his hosting gig. Pat feels that his role on the popular game show won't last that long.
Hi.
I guess once you make X amount of money,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter at some point. So,
No Tom Brady.
yeah, it's true. But there is no other Tom Brady. There is only the one, the legend, the myth. Can't say it.
I was listening. I don't know if I mentioned this last week or whatever, but he's looking to. He's not going to stop. He maybe stop playing, but he's not going to stop involving himself in football. He's actually going to own I forget what kind of team it is, but he's going to own that. And that's probably, rumors now are spreading, that's probably why his wife divorced him, because she wanted him to stop, and he did, and then he went back.
Jeez. Well, all I can say is...
On some cases, though, maybe it's in his blood, and he still feels like...
a lot of people get involved in other parts of the business, and, you look at Terry Bradshaw. I mean, he's a commentator and all that stuff. So, well, that spot may be opening up for him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And no one has him on the Deadpool either.
Not this year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wait a minute.
Doesn't he have, like, cancer or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on. We'll keep going, but
I know I'll keep going. Okay, R&B singer Genuine. Anybody know of him?
No.
You don't either? I thought you would know because you're the young one. Figured you would know who he is. Passes out, unconscious after a dangerous Chris Angel magic stunt goes wrong.
Ooh.
So he decided he was going to do this stunt, and the stunt was to be underwater, and he couldn't hold his breath very long, and it didn't go very well for him. He ended up passing out underwater, and he had people standing by to save him. But you should stay in your own lane. I think there's something to be said for that. If you're a singer, be a singer. Don't be a magician. If you aren't a magician, you shouldn't be a magician. You shouldn't, especially with something.
Hyundai Santa Fe versus Subaru.
Stop it. Especially with something that dangerous. I wouldn't want to be, dying for some stupid reason. Do you want me to pull up my mine? I mean, it seems to be taking you a while.
Yeah,
seems to be taking you a while there.
Slow.
Why is that?
Because it is.
I got plenty of power down here. I mean, I noticed it when I checked the router. It's actually
my
got.
computer's always slow.
Well, I can just pull it up here. Then we can all see what we're looking about or what we're talking about. Anyway, he says here earlier this week, 51-year-old artist Jin Yu Wine reportedly was unconscious after he dunked himself underwater while holding his breath in a glass box with heavy chains on the outside. Genuine's rep confirmed it. Genuine is okay, and he made a full recovery. He was conquering a fear. Fortunately, everything is okay. He was working with Chris Angels, who's the best of the business. So just kind of weird to think about. And I don't know what this means. The pony singer. What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means?
No.
I don't know what that means. And I was reading this and I was like, what's that mean? I guess I'll look it up to see. Okay, it comes up with him. So he's the pony singer, whatever that means. Maybe that's his nickname. Let's see. Pony is the debut American singer, Genuine, released as a single from his first album. Okay. Oh, okay, the pony singer. He must be singing about ponies. I don't know. Anyway, he almost died. But no big. I kind of figure I kind of add this to the Darwin Awards. Because if we lost him, if he dies, he dies. Did you get it or what?
Yeah.
Well,
and he's on my list for next year.
Okay, as long as you were first to say it.
I know.
I might be first this year because I was last every other year.
What are we talking about,
Ann
Tom?
says probably the name
Terry.
of the song the person
Terry
is named
Bradshaw?
for.
Yeah, it is. It is the name. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Like I said, I already started my list for next year, and that's why I was like, wait a minute.
Okay. Well, I didn't even start yet, so.
Oh, I started back when we did this one.
Oh.
Because I had more names, and I'm like, oh, man, I don't have enough room.
All right. Kevin Spacey's back in the news. I don't know if you remember, Kevin Spacey was like a huge star who couldn't be touched. I mean,
right.
And then, of course, that was what he did to get in trouble. He touched somebody. He touched a 14-year-old kid when he was 25. So it happened back in '86. This is how far back this is. He touched this guy when he was 14
Isn't
in '86.
there a statute of limitations?
Apparently there isn't.
Wow.
And really, if you think about it, there shouldn't be, because when you think about it, when somebody's touching a little boy or girl, there really shouldn't be a limitation.
No, there should.
But from the witness stand, Kevin Spacey denies sex abuse and claims and discusses neo-Nazi's father's influence on his personal life. So, I mean, I was looking at the Bill Cosby thing as, if you're talking about limitations, there should have been a limitation on that then, and it wasn't. But even though he paid off everybody, there was still a loophole that they got him on.
Right.
And
but look at Jerry Sandusky.
Well, Sandusky was still doing it. Well, wasn't he still working there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy there, I'm surprised he's still alive. I'm surprised some guy didn't kill him in jail.
They have him in solitary confinement, last I heard.
Well, they should let him out.
No.
They should let him out of solitary and let him get in with the real people. Kevin Spacey testified in New York courtroom Monday that he never made a sexual pass at the actor Anthony Rapp, who has sued, claiming the Academy Award-winning actor tried to take him to bed when he was 14. Identifying himself as Kevin Spacey Fowler, the actor was asked about Rapp's claims that a then 26-year-old Spacey picked him up like a groom and... come on, close this. All right. Oh, shoot. Now it shifted everything. Picked him up like a groom does a bride after a 1986 party and put him on his bed before laying on top of him. Rapp testified earlier in the trial that he squirmed out from underneath Spacey in the fully clothed encounter before fleeing the apartment, only to have Spacey follow him to the door and ask if he was sure he wanted to leave. I mean, technically, he didn't really do anything other than lay on top of him.
He probably just fell.
But
he was drunk.
Yeah, well, but he would be more of an assault than a sexual assault because he didn't do anything sexual to him from what he's saying there. But that ended up killing his career. He hasn't been on TV in a long time. He lost his television series and it's kind of the only shame, and I can't say it's a shame because if he did it, he deserves to be punished.
True.
But the only shame is he should have done it when he was, before now, because we're talking about 86, 96, 2006, 2016, 30 years later. 30 years is a long time to wait to do that, to destroy someone's career. He should have destroyed it much earlier than that. Because now Kevin Spacey doesn't even need to work, and he's free.
That's true.
And he should have been taken down a long time ago if he did it. And I would think that it says here, Spacey said he met Rapp and another aspiring actor, John Barrowman, backstage following Spacey's Broadway performance in Long Day's Journey into the Night. He said he took them to dinner into a nightclub and finally to a studio apartment where he flirted with Barrowman, who was 19 at the time, but showed no interest in Rapp before the two visitors left. I mean, that guy's horny. He's horny enough. And Cheyenne, of course.
She beat me to my seat.
Yeah.
She went down the stairs like it was like nothing.
She said, "Oh, you're up here. You're up here. Get off my seat." Oh man.
Hi, pretty girl.
Yeah, the pretty girl likes her chair. I'll give you.
She likes her spot in stardom.
Well, I got something that she'll move.
Well, I was going to say I got something too. If you don't.
Okay.
Do you have something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to give her the nice treat. Give it to him to give to her. She loves them. She loves them.
Look.
She loves them. Wait a minute. Show it on the camera. She loves them. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, give it back. I don't think you're getting it on camera. All right. So.
She said, "Just give me my."
These. She loves these things. They're big. They're hearty and she will eat that. It'll take her 15 minutes before she'll be done with that, at least. Anyway, all right. So,
well, she just took it somewhere.
Let's see. Anyway, so he basically, the guy got a hold of him in 2017. Spacey's lost his career and any future career. And again, if he did it, he deserves it. And I don't care if it's a boy, a girl, or a dog. If you're doing things like that, you're going to get in trouble. So, all right. That's that. All right. Now, what do we got next here? Oh, this is weird. So Kanye West is a weirdo.
Of course.
He is so out there. Now, you would think that him being, this is going to sound, I don't want it to sound like it's going to sound, but it's going to sound somewhat racist. But Kanye West is a racist.
Okay.
Who's he a racist against?
His ex-wife?
East.
East. Did you say East?
I'm sorry.
He's a racist against black people.
Oh, jeez.
Now, okay, so this needs a little explaining. So we all know who George Floyd is, right?
Yes.
Okay. He said that George Floyd was not killed by the police. He was killed by fentanyl.
Oh.
Now, first off, you would think he would be pro George Floyd, but he's anti George Floyd. So now George Floyd's family, they're really upset with him because, someone like him who has some power in people's minds is saying that, that he didn't die over that. And people are going to believe that. Some people are going to believe that. George Floyd's family said it may sue Kanye West for suggesting Floyd's brutal caught-on-camera death under the knee of a murderous Minnesota cop was really a fentanyl overdose. While one cannot defame the dead, the family of George Floyd is considering suing Kanye West's false statements about the manner of his death. Claiming Floyd died of fentanyl, not brutally established criminally and civilly, undermines and diminishes the Floyd's family fight. Now, he does say things that are way out there. I mean, that's probably why his wife left him too, because he's such a freaking weirdo. But you just don't go. First off, it's none of his business. He should not be involved in that at all. He's one of those guys that says things because it'll get a reaction.
Oh, of course.
And sadly, this kind of reaction could hurt the Floyd family rather than help them.
Oh, just another way to get your name out there.
Yeah, well, there's also...
It's negative.
Well, and that's the thing. He lives off of that stuff. Now, something else that I want to also say that I saw this today, so I don't have it. I don't have the article. Kanye West. Let's see here. Oops. He's in the. He is now doing. I can't do things. I need someone to type for me. Okay, let me see if it's on here. Somewhere in here. Oh, come on. It's got to be here. Where? It's not. He wants to buy a social platform, and it's a social platform that's actually already established, sort of. Here it is. All right. So so Kanye West is looking to buy Parler because he wants to have his platform where he can be an idiot. Watch him be one of the people that are at our event. Now he'll say, "Oh, you were him." I'll make sure you're not getting in it. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, it's like, what was his point in doing all that to? He does things to be controversial, and after he went back on, after he got back on Twitter, he made a remark to Elon. Elon said, "Welcome back," and he was just being a real pain in the butt. Parler's parent company announced the deal on Monday morning that West had made a groundbreaking move into speech media space and will never have the fear of being removed from the social media again. I mean, if you're saying things that are causing you to be removed from social media, there's probably something wrong. Mm-hmm. And it's probably not the social media. I mean, in the most part, unless you're Facebook and you're just pro something and you're going to make sure that the anti doesn't come out. Like
it depends on what you're saying. You could get thrown in Facebook jail for saying anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Facebook is a little. The problem with Facebook is if you say anything about Biden, you get in trouble. See, a real social media platform would let you say whatever you want it within reason. Like killing babies might not be allowed. Okay, but if that's what your job is, to be a baby killer, you should have a place to go to speak about baby killing, like The Best Way or whatever. But I'll probably get in trouble for saying that. By the way, I'll probably you probably won't. This will be the last show because of the baby killing. But no. But what I'm saying is that I believe in free speech as long as you're not doing it just for sensationalism. If you really believe that Biden or Trump or whatever it is the devil, you can say, fine, say it. Mm-hmm. But, don't falsely say things to make your point. And that's usually what happens. And Kanye is known, or Ye, he can't even keep a name for any time of period.
Well, it makes me wonder because I thought it was pronounced yay. Like he said, you just dropped the con part of Kanye. Oh, no wonder he wouldn't want to be known as a con anyway.
Oh, he's a con. He cons all of his people that buy his records. I hope he's not there. You're in trouble, Trash. Uh-huh. He'll start a thing. I'm not important enough to be that. But anyways, part of the announcement, Parler linked West's account to the platform, which appeared to have launched simultaneously. As of Monday, the account had roughly 500 followers. I guess Parler's new?
I don't think so.
Well, why is it? I don't know. In a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure we have the right to freely express ourselves. That, I don't have a problem with that. But if you're saying things to be controversial, not that you believe them, but because you want to be controversial, that's different. And that's what it seems like. So,
well, what if it's called having an open mind? Because I know you and I've done this where there's certain subjects that we could talk about. You'll take one side, and even though I may agree with you, I would take the other side.
It works the other way around. You will do that, and I take the other side. You never take the controversial side.
That's because I don't like to argue against you. That's the problem.
When I take the other side, I usually don't know what I'm talking about, so you usually could win that. But anyway, it says in weeks following the January 6th riots, Parler was removed from both Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Oh boy!
So they didn't do very well either because people were stopping them from getting their message out there, whatever the message happens to be. It says here, said the failure to adequately moderate violent rhetoric on the platform. The thing is, it really, when people take this dynamic of an opinion, and it becomes so radical that people are afraid of rioting, I don't know. It just seems there's a right and wrong way to do things, and I think that you censor it and don't censor it and let the people make their own judgment as to whether or not it's real. I don't know. So anyway, Truth Social launched in February on Apple's store, and it was approved for Google's App Store on October 13th. Truth Social saw a spike of downloads last week due to its appearance in the Google Play Store. Apptopia said before then they had been hovering 144,000 daily active users. Musk's move to buy Twitter, if the deals go through, also has the potential to upend Parler and similar services. Musk has repeatedly called for the eliminating of permanent bans and rethinking Twitter's approach to content moderation, which could once again make a much larger platform a home for some of the users who jump to smaller services like Parler. So, he talked to Ye. Musk talked to Ye today and expressed my concerns about his recent tweet, which I think he took to heart.
Well, when I first saw that he was going after Parler, I read it as perler, and I was like, why would he want a bead site? It didn't make sense to me.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, because that's what Ashley does, her perler beads.
Oh, okay. Well, you got 2 mentions for me today. So, next one is a really interesting, controversial one. Speaking of controversial one, you know who Jerry Falwell is, right?
I know who Jerry Lawler is.
Falwell.
No.
Religious zealot?
Oh, okay.
Do you know who that is? Do you know who Jerry Falwell, the religious guy that got in all kinds of trouble? Tammy Faye Baker.
Okay.
And what's? Oh no, that's Falwell is not Baker.
Jerry
same
Springer?
basic, huh?
I was going to say Falwell is not Baker.
No, but that kind of religious fanatic.
Like a cult? Okay.
Cultish, but not really cultish. They're followed. I mean, Falwell's like well, anyway, his son, who Jerry Falwell Jr., because Jerry Falwell Sr. is dead. Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I know. I checked.
You checked the date.
His pool boy recalls having sex with Jerry Falwell's wife as he watched. We got a couple swingers here.
That just, and watch, they'll get divorced and they'll...
No, why would they get divorced? They're having a party, man.
Adultery, yeah, okay.
But, I mean, that's got to be... I think I heard Jerry turning over his grave. Jerry was in trouble for things, too, you know. Jerry isn't exactly the most honest guy in the world, too. But I really thought this was kind of funny because there's a series of things where he was getting in trouble and he was going to sue the school for the lies that they're telling, and he backed down from his lawsuit because he can't prove anything. But it says here, the pool boy who had an affair with Jerry Falwell Jr.'s wife said he first approached him at the Miami hotel and offered sex as long as her husband could watch. The start of the affair between the then 20-year-old pool boy, I can't pronounce his name, Giancarlo Granda.
Probably Juan Carlo Grande.
Gian Carlo. I don't know. It could be
Giancarlo?
I don't know. But anyway, and Becky Falwell is described in Granda's upcoming book, upcoming book, Off the Deep End, Jerry and Becky Falwell and the Collapse of the Evangelical Dynasty. That's a pretty hefty book. So it's a 6-year affair led to Jerry Falwell being forced to leave his post as president of the Liberty. Boy, I can't read today. He was forced to leave his post as president of Liberty University in 2020. He subsequently sued the school after Granda revealed his relationship with his wife. Granda was working at the ritzy Fontainebleau Hotel in 2012 when Becky allegedly locked eyes with him, and as she sat by the pool in a bikini before she began flirting with him. Granda had no clue who she was or who her husband were at the time. Claimed he was shocked when she asked him if he wanted to come back to her room with her after she got off work. So Jerry sued the Liberty University because he lost his job. But he dropped the defamation lawsuit because it's true. But anyway, and then, as if that's not bad enough, disgraced Jerry. What would you do if you were disgraced about this whole thing? You would just kind of hide, I think.
You would think.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He disgraced Jerry, invites students over to his party on his farm. So the guy, he doesn't learn from his experiences. His dad is shifting again in his grave, saying, "Why? What are you doing in my legacy that was already tainted? Why are you doing in my legacy here?" Oh man. Yep. I just love to see that kind of stuff. Not only do you fall, but you fall a little bit further from grace each time you do something. Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, that's the best thing you could do was invite kids over. No one can take Jerry Falwell's liberty away. Even though the Liberty University, where he once was president for 13 years, recently sued him and forbid employees from talking to him, Falwell popped on stage at a student event Thursday and invited them to his nearby 500-acre farm for the Real Liberty graduation. "I want to invite all the seniors to my farm on May 8th. We're going to have the Real Liberty graduation." When was this article? This has to be a recent article, right? This is an old article. Wow, how did that happen? Oh,
you didn't check the date, did you?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I didn't for this, but the other one should have been a new one. That's really weird. Now I need to find out what the other. Let's check the Pole Boy article out. See if that was old. Then you can make fun of me then. Let's see. That one was October 16th, 2022. So, there. I was thinking, oh boy, I screwed that up. Get on your case about it, and then I go and do the same thing. But I didn't do the same thing. Anyway.
Well, this is the 18th, so your article's 2 days old.
Well, I'm allowed to have 2-day-old articles. All right. What is that? I was told to take off my... What? Oh, let's read this one. Cara Delevingne. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I was told to take my underwear off during the masturbation seminar.
What?
All right. Now we're talking. This show's totally taking a turn. We're going down that alley.
This is why we're not a family show.
Yeah, I realize that. That's nothing I can do about it. It's I have to report the news. You know? The news is not a pretty thing. And if a woman's being told to take her underwear off, I'll be there to investigate.
Especially during that kind of a seminar?
Oh, yeah.
Do they want a demonstration?
Maybe. I would like to be invited to that kind of seminar. As a reporter only.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A reporter.
Okay.
Because I don't believe in, I can't interject my opinion. I've got to do it as news.
You stay neutral, not a chance.
Outrageous demands for an upcoming docuseries made by Cara Delevingne realized that she is more of a prude than she thought. The model revealed Tuesday that she was told to take her underwear off while filming a masturbation seminar for Hulu's Planet Sex. I went in thinking I was going to be in a classroom and I'd have a notepad, and instead it was a pink leather gym mat on the floor with 6 people going. Well, take off your underwear. This is the lube, and that's pretty funny. Oh, holy cow! What the? I don't know what she's wearing, or what she isn't wearing. But holy cow!
Looks like a gold swimsuit top.
It looks like she's not wearing much of anything. But yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, that's I might have to watch it just for learning purposes.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right. Well, that's all the entertainment stuff. I didn't have a lot of entertainment stuff. All right, now, where did I start? Here we go. Okay. It's coming in at a good time because this person here, this is the sex portion of the show. We had Jerry Falwell, and then we had that girl there, and now we have an Ohio software coach pleads guilty after sleeping with a student begged the student not to tell.
Yeah, I've seen that. I was going to send you that
Uh-huh. Why didn't you?
because I think you beat me to it.
I don't know. I think I did it. What day is it? I think I did it yesterday.
Then I probably could have beat you to it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, I didn't have time Sunday because I had a Zoom meeting. So, yeah.
Just always send it to him.
Yep.
Well, first off, now one thing I will tell you about this. Who do you think this student is? A girl or a guy? Ouch. I didn't mean to have noise there. I didn't expect that.
Okay, Okay, Ohio softball coach.
Pleads guilty after sleeping with a student, begged the student not to tell.
I'm going to say the student was a girl.
And the coach was a...
Girl.
You got it. Ding, 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 ding. You win.
And that's just from the title.
I was going to say, yeah.
Suck up.
I should have asked you to see who...
Well, I already knew.
Oh, yeah.
I read the article.
Okay. Of course you did. For research purposes.
That's correct.
Yes.
You know,
What?
Don't give him those answers.
Well, that's what it was for. Research.
Hi, sweet.
I'm thinking of
I
going
think
out
we
to...
need to do our own research.
Yeah,
I think I have to go out to Ohio to research it for real.
Yeah, okay.
I need to talk to her.
Sweet girl.
you go out to Ohio, take me with you, or else I'm married.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, he'll get to see Bear Bear.
Until I do.
Bear Bear first.
Well, actually, I've already got you beat on that because I saw him being born.
Well, yeah, but
That's kind of gross. Anyway, a former Ohio high school teacher's assistant and softball coach has pleaded guilty to charges related to a sexual relationship with a student. She reportedly begged the student not to tell the authorities. See, you can't trust those students.
Nope. Especially in Ohio.
Ashley Risson, 31, an employee of New Miami High School, is facing 5 years in prison after pleading guilty Wednesday to sexual battery and gross sexual imposition in response to allegations she had with sex with a 17-year-old. Now, if that 17-year-old were just 18, see, this is the problem I have with this. I mean,
They're minors, but they're the borderline age.
yeah, and the biggest problem is that teacher student. That I don't have any problem with, but the 17, 18, I kind of have a problem with that. I think that there's like a fine line there.
Yeah.
It's still wrong, regardless of if the kid was 17 or 18 or 20 or whatever.
But a 17-year-old should be mature enough.
Right. It's not like the difference between a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Right.
Or a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old. Even a 16-year-old. But a 17, I just kind of think that's... But regardless, I mean, she did the thing.
my question is, were they trying to...
Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay. Talk it again.
Oh, hello.
I thought I turned your microphone on, and I guess I missed...
My question is, were they trying to have a relationship, or was it just one time and we're not going to say nothing, or what?
Good question. And the thing is, I would never do that with a student of mine because you're stuck at their mercy then. They can use that against you
Yep.
for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So no matter how horny you are, just go out to a bar and find someone. If you want someone younger than you, find a 21-year-old in a bar where you know you're not going to be in trouble. But it says here the indictment states she engaged in sexual conduct with a minor 8 different times during April 2021. That was a good month, I guess, for her. In addition to what
Tax
the child...
return month.
What's that?
Tax return month.
Oh, yeah, you got to get your taxes done. In addition to what the child tells us, we do have recordings between Ms. Reason and the child of where Ms. Reason makes multiple incriminating statements in begging the child not to report her to the authorities. Well, you'll get a lot of girl sex where you're going. So I guess, I don't know. But the problem is, okay, it says here, prosecutors say Reeson is not being charged with rape by force, and it's believed that she's engaged in criminal act. It's believed that she engaged in criminal activity with only one victim. See, I just don't feel that that's. I don't know. I have a problem feeling that that's criminal because if the 17-year-old did it, saying, "Okay, I'll do it." Apparently, they did because 8 times or 7 times
Right.
they were part of the. They didn't run away.
Well, she loves me.
Yeah, and so I guess I have a little problem with that, but
She helped me
I don't know.
realize who I am.
yeah,
You know, all those excuses.
I don't know. Do anybody have an opposing opinion to this?
Nope.
Okay. I mean, if the kid was 14, I would definitely say
Yeah.
that would, but 17, that's close enough to the line that I would say it's consensual at that point, especially because it were multiple times. If it was one time, maybe she had some regrets, but I don't
It
know.
could be her parents saying, you know,
And it's probably her parent. I don't know how or she got in a fight with the girl,
Yep.
and it was a revenge thing.
Yep.
But that revenge thing becomes pretty nasty because now she's a sex offender. So, and only by less than a year.
wow.
So, if the girl had been 18, she wouldn't get the sex offender probably. But again, this girl was 31. You maybe should have kept it in your pants.
Or covered up in this
Or
case.
something, yeah. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. But, not my problem. All right, next. Well, speaking of sex offenders, we're going to keep going down this road. Seems like I got on a roll here. At least, no. Okay, I'm going to ask you this rather than okay. We needed to vote on something for a while.
Okay.
How many K through 12 educators have been arrested on sex crimes, child sex crimes, in the last 9 months? How many? 12 to K.
In the U.S. or the whole
In
world?
the U.S. In the U.S. Because, I mean, this is a daily thing over in Nigeria and stuff like that. And over in India, this is like, this is cakewalk. All right. How many sex offenders? How many educators were arrested on child sex crimes in the first 9 months of this year? And I'll tell you, I'll give you an opinion. It's between 0 and 1 million.
So is it a reasonable number?
Well, that's
Debatable?
I mean, what's reasonable to you?
150.
Okay, 150
In the U.S.
in the U.S.
I'm going to say 800,000.
800,000. Okay, you're going really
In
low.
the
You're really low, and you're really high. Do you think you're really? Are you going to go higher or lower than those?
She's kissing her mic.
75.
All right, 75. What'd you say? 800,000, and you said
150.
the answer is 269.
Wow.
12 K to 12 educators arrested on sex. This is only arrested, so it may be 800,000. The others weren't caught.
So I win.
So you win. I mean, I'm sorry you won on that. I mean, there's no prize on this. Oh, you get music. Oh, by the way, remind me to previous shows. Just say previous shows when I'm done with this, because there's something you'll like. You'll find it funny.
Previous shows.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with this one. So, look at these characters. That guy there, I would say, yeah, he's definitely. Oh, he looks like one too. She doesn't look like
The one
one.
on the left looks almost like Sandusky.
Yeah, probably is.
No, it isn't.
Oh, isn't it? Well, he wouldn't have done it this year. He's going to be done. He's done for a while. I think he's in life in prison, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised he hasn't been taken out. I mean, I know he's in solitary, but still, there's ways. They have ways of taking.
Well,
people
he's
must know.
trying. He's still trying.
Trying to Get out or trying
Yep.
to die?
Trying to get out.
That guy, there's no way he's going to get out.
He's
Anyway,
trying to on an appeal.
nearly 270 public educators were arrested on child sex-related crimes in the U.S. in the first 9 months of this year, ranging from grooming to raping underage students. An analysis conducted by Fox News found that January 1 to September 30th, at least 269 educators, which works out roughly to one arrest a day.
Wow.
That's crazy. 20 teachers' aides and 17 substitute teachers.
Gee.
Oh wow, that's just. It says 2 assistant principals, 226 teachers, 20 teachers' aides, and 17 student teachers. Now the teachers' aides are generally younger people, right? They're like in their 20s or, I understand that probably a little bit more than the other people. That's just crazy. At least 199 arrests or 74% involved in alleged crimes against students. So that's just, I don't know. All right. Now, what did I tell you?
Previous shows.
Okay. So, all right. Now, you know that I got cleared of the theme song.
Yes.
Lately, I've been getting hit on both YouTube and Facebook for different things, for shows that are, some of them are 3-4 years old, and it's just you and me, and it's stuff I don't even, I have to go and listen to what it is that I'm in trouble for. They're just now catching up to stuff to our previous crimes, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
One was the Hokey Pokey song that I did. Somebody, now that wasn't a strike against me, fortunately, and a couple of them were movie related, but they weren't strikes. They were just notifying me that you can't, that you shouldn't be doing this, and that certain areas can't show previews of movies in other countries.
But we were doing movie reviews.
It's stupid. But they didn't say I can't do movie reviews, and they didn't say I can't show those videos. So that was interesting. They just said they had to tag. And so I'm thinking maybe if I just tag, we might have to try that for an experiment, where I got to maybe put an overlay with this is a movie that is not our movie. We're doing a
movie review,
something like that, and I might be able to go back to doing that, because I like doing that. That was a fun part of the show, talking about. I hate that I can only talk. Hey, there's Chundi. How you doing? How come you're not in L.A.? Probably for the same reason I'm not in L.A. Anyway, she's one of my roommates.
one of your hens.
She's a new one.
Okay. She's a chickling.
Her name is Prathusha. I hope I said that right. Anyway, I have mentored her a little bit.
Okay.
So, very, very nice woman. Anyway, so we will. I'm going to experiment with that and maybe put an overlay stating this is not our content. We're just using it for the show, or something like that, or maybe make subtitles to put on. This is not. This is,
right.
The trademarks and stuff belongs to the owner of the video and stuff like that. So maybe that would. I'd like to start doing that again, but I need to make sure I'm not getting in trouble where I'm going to lose the show because of something stupid. So I already lost the freaking Florida thing until I get it fixed because I did something stupid.
Well, at least now you'll have an inside track on even better when the new movies come out.
Hopefully. I'd like to. What? Well, I don't know anyone yet to help me with that.
Okay.
What am I missing here?
Nothing.
You're implying something.
I start a part-time job working at Regal.
Oh, I forgot about that. Did you get it?
Yes.
Oh, when did you start?
I already did my paperwork. I'm just waiting for her to give me a date.
So you get free movies then, too?
I don't know.
Okay. Which Regal? The one out here?
Yours?
Okay. Well, I haven't been going there because they don't have the nice chairs. I did go there for the Smile, a double feature. It was Smile and which one was the other one? Oh, it was Smile and Amsterdam. That was pretty cool. I liked both
Because
of
I
those.
did all my paperwork, and she has my ID. I'm just waiting for the next step.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun.
Uh-huh.
At least you get a job that's fun.
Yeah, and this way, if something doesn't come through by the 4th of November, I can collect
Oh,
partial
shoot.
unemployment.
I forgot about you. Oh, that's going to be. Maybe I can.
But
I'll check with the board and see if we have a budget.
but
We need to get a sponsor first.
You know, I can do that and collect partial unemployment.
Hey, maybe when you get in there, you can check and see if they'll sponsor the show. We'll talk about.
And I have it so that I have Tuesday nights off. I just
Well, that's
told her-
good. I'd hate to say, oh man, I didn't even think of that.
I just said I was not
Because
available.
I'd be talking about
Tuesday.
you Tuesdays. Because we'd be dogging you on Tuesdays.
Oh, I know.
It'd be fun.
Yep, I said Tuesday nights and Saturdays. I was not.
Now you
available.
said to him he couldn't do that, and then what do?
Well, that's because I've been here longer. I have seniority.
You are senior.
Oh, yeah.
Just remember, you're older than me.
Not much.
8 years.
Nope. I stopped aging.
Uh-huh.
I stopped aging when I was 21.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So I did those. Okay, now we're. Oh boy.
Are you a good
We got
girl?
some going from sex trafficking to really. Here's a weird one. Man arrested after posting a video of himself doing what?
Jerking off. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, what do you think he was doing, Ashley?
That's honestly what I
Oh
was.
man, you guys are all into sex stuff. This guy was
Well,
worse
that's
than
what
that.
you were just talking about.
He was choking all right. He was not choking the chicken. He was choking the toddler. Man was arrested for posting a video of himself choking a toddler.
Oh.
Now, I got to tell you, talk about stupid things. Remember when people used to steal stuff and they'd show themselves
Yeah.
stealing stuff on Facebook? This is dumber. I mean,
Talk about Dumb and Dumber.
hey, that looks like
Andrew?
no, it looks like a Asian sensation, except he's an American type
Oh, my
Asian.
goodness, Mike.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh,
It's like
oh he
Randy.
won't like you anymore.
Well, hopefully he won't.
You
hurt her.
just about made her spit out her water.
She didn't realize that is like him, right?
No.
It really looks like
No,
him.
it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to say no, it doesn't, because I still want to be his friend.
Oh, okay. You're gonna be a kiss up.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lie. It looks like him. Oh man, he's doing really well, by the way. He's doing all these
Yeah.
plays. I want to go to his plays.
I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, that's he's a good guy.
Yeah, he always was.
But yeah, I want to check it. Anyway, why would you do that? I mean, okay, I want to choke kids as much as anyone else, but I'd never video it.
I want to choke kids as much as I can. Sometimes.
I would not. This guy. Oh wow, his name is this is great. His name is Ben Franklin.
Oh, God.
A Kentucky man was arrested for strangling and beating a toddler after he posted a video of the sickening abuse on Snapchat. That's not correct. That's a lie.
What, his name?
No, a Kentucky man was arrested for strangling and beating a toddler after he posted the video. He can't post the video till he makes it.
That's true.
So they're lying. Hey, use that for your defense. Anyway, Benjamin
The bill
Franklin.
to you?
Benjamin Franklin, 23 of Carrollton,
Punctual plumber. Oh, sorry.
was arrested Thursday after the mother of a 2-year-old boy was brought him to a hospital to seek treatment for injuries to his face and neck. I think somebody ought to choke him and strangle him a little bit.
Choke him, but
And
not
beat
his
him.
chicken.
No. They could beat his chicken if they wanted to, but I mean, what would
No.
what kind of hen would deserve that?
No.
Anyway, the woman said she was at work when people called to alert her that Franklin had shared footage of himself holding a child by his neck and slamming him onto the bed. What? Just when I think things can't get any lower, there are people like him. I can't even imagine what he was thinking when he did that. It's not funny. It's not. There's no reason. I mean, even if he was like a 10-year-old kid and they were wrestling, and he threw the kid on the bed, I might say that was okay, depending how he picked them up,
Right.
and if the bed was soft and they were playing. There's no way that you can justify the toddler. I just don't even understand. So I hope they put him away, or get someone to choke him for a long time. Maybe, till he can't walk anymore.
That's just.
I just don't understand. And it's a toddler. It's not. It says
the
toddler.
excuse
Yeah.
of drugs is not doesn't.
Oh
sit
no
with
no
me.
no! It should not at all. So.
The aliens made me do it.
Yeah. Jeez.
But they did.
Well, yeah, but you don't tell anybody that. They aren't supposed to know there are aliens. I mean, if you come from
Mars,
Mexico. Oh man.
you are gonna get in trouble.
What's new?
That's true.
All right. Missing Texas teen Tyler Rones was found in Nebraska.
Choking a chicken.
Pretty close.
Oh.
In Nebraska with a dead mom in the car.
Oh, gross.
In the car trunk.
Oh, gross.
I don't, I just, again, I don't get it. I don't, where, I would say who brought him up, but he killed his mom, so it obviously wasn't her. He must have some serious issues. Talk about having mommy issues. And look at how young the kid is and how old the mother. The mother isn't very old there. So, oh no.
Oh, poor horsey.
It's August. That horse died in August. Anyway, that to me is just. I mean, I didn't get along with my mother, but I would just say, get your own place and get out of there and let her live her life. That's just why kill the mother? How bad could it be? I just don't understand. And
that's just not right.
Missing teenager was been arrested after leading Nebraska state troopers on a high-speed chase and crashing, only to have he could use that for his excuse. He was racing the car, and when he crashed, it forced his mother to fly backwards into the trunk and killed her.
Yeah. Okay.
No, won't work.
Well, maybe the trunk should have had one of those things like my car does.
Most of them do, I think.
Yeah, that opens the.
Even my Tesla has one for the front. So. Oh man. Anyway, he was 17 of Humble, Texas. He was identified
he thinks he'll
as the
probably
driver.
get a juvenile.
Probably, and that's the thing.
But that's
the other thing that I'm really against.
That's where they should be as an adult.
They should always be an adult. If you're 14 and you kill somebody, you still killed somebody. Yep. I don't care if you're 14, 12. That's still, to me, you know what killing someone is. When I was 14, I knew what it was to kill somebody, and I didn't kill anyone. I saw enough movies on TV that showed me people dying. Now, I thought that they were dying, but, I just think that you gotta pay for your sins, as far as I'm concerned. Says Roes was taken to St. Francis Hospital in serious condition, and look at it, he's just a kid. He's barely.
Oh, I think I'm a man because I killed someone.
And look at her. She was, okay, you figure, let's say 20 years different. She was probably
34.
Yeah, maybe 37 would be what I would. But let's say she was 18 when she had the kid. Yeah. So that would be 34,
36.
30, 30, whatever. We don't do that. We don't get paid for math. Okay, we don't get paid for math. But she was cute. I'd date her. I mean, she was cute. It sucks.
I don't think you date her now because she's gone.
Oh, wait a minute. Authorities say Rowan's mother, 49-year-old Michelle, was previously reported missing. Wait a minute. Didn't it say she was 37? I thought it said she was 37 up here somewhere. Where did I see that? 17. Oh, maybe we just assumed that she was younger. I guess we just assumed she was younger. All right. Well, she was older than that. Maybe I wouldn't, because she'd be too old for me then. In March, the teen was charged with attempted sexual assault. Oh, he's a troublemaker. He's looking for, oh, man. He attacked an 18-year-old girl in his car, ripped off her shirt, and then kicked her in the face. Well, that's a perfect guy. That's so, man. Every girl looks for that. What is wrong with these people?
Are they from Ohio?
No, where did they say?
Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska, yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, that kid, he looks like he's freaking.
Those Midwestern states.
He looks like he's 12, but still killed the poor woman. I just can't.
Oh, it makes you wonder if it's also gang related.
In Nebraska?
I don't know.
I guess it's possible. I mean, you know.
I mean, he does have peach fuzz there, so.
You're weird.
Thanks.
I try to be weird, and I don't think you try. Oh, man.
No, it's just you rubbing off on me, that's all. I was not this
Excuse
way.
me? You're back into the sexual thing again. Rubbing off on you. I'm not. Trash Talking Radio Show, where we rub off on other people. Oh, man.
It's all good.
This show's gone down the toilet.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, he's not a problem. We're the ones. We're the ones doing this. And she's not doing anything either. We're the ones doing it. Why is this?
I don't know.
And especially you. You're supposed to be the mother figure.
I
You're
am.
supposed to be the upstanding.
Yes, but remember, I've been around you too long.
Not me. You cannot blame me for that. No.
Oh, yes, I can.
What are you eating over there?
Candy.
Do you have enough for the whole class?
I do.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. All right, next. Let's see what else we have on this
Oh, no.
crime spree that we have going on here. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff. I thought I was running out of stories. I got a lot of stuff.
We'll see.
This is strange, but it's not violent and killing people.
We'll see.
Teens are dumping milk on store floors to protest the destructive dairy industry.
What are they doing? Killing cows?
Well, not exactly. Well, you know, there's always there's something really bad coming up that's like that. It's not. It's worse than this. Is it worse than this? Well, it's at least as bad as this. But anyway, I seem to go in trends. Like, I don't know how it happens, but it just happens that way. But anyway, so it says here. All right, let me hit this. All right, come on, hurry up, save. There you go. All right. So what's going on here is these teens. The latest environmental trend is here, pouring out milk in grocery stores. All across the UK, teenagers are concerned about the environment, are doing milk pours. The new trend involves going into grocery stores, picking up cartons of cow-produced product, and pouring out their contents. According to the animal rights groups, videos have popped up on social media showing teens pouring milk on floor. Now, first off, okay, forget about your whatever it is you're protesting.
Okay.
That's a danger right there for people to fall and kill them or hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they should really think about what they're doing. If they're going to protest something, first off, the grocer would be someone that's grosser than me. Grocer.
You are right, grocer.
They're losing
Money.
product
Yeah.
and money because some teenager thinks, oh, here's a way we can protest. It's not their fault that the industry is this way. If you want milk, I mean, here this kid's pouring it all over the place.
Yep, and right, it's causing all the rest of us to pay higher prices.
Yes. It says the dairy, and they're not having to pay it because their parents pay it. The dairy industry is incredibly environmentally destructive. The world's top 5 meat and dairy corporations are now responsible for more emissions, GHG emissions, than Exxon, Shell, or BP. We need a plant-based future now. Now, first off, try to say that to anyone that isn't doing the plant-based stuff, and you're not going to be able to turn their head saying, oh, okay, I'm just going to buy plant-based stuff because we don't treat our animals fairly. That's not going to change somebody's mind and make them want to buy plant-based stuff. If you want to buy plant-based stuff, that's fine. Just leave your hands off of other people's food. The account also shared a report from GRAIN, an international nonprofit organization, and the Institution of Agriculture and Trade Policy, the IATP, which calls for planet to drastically reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by eliminating meat and dairy consumption. First off, you're never going to eliminate meat consumption as long as I'm alive. Okay? I do like some of the plant-based foods. Some of the hamburgers actually taste pretty good, but I'm not going to give up meat. I'm a meat eater. And we as humans were developed to eat meat. We were not developed to eat grass, smoke it maybe, but not eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So get over it, kids. And in probably 10 years, you're going to want meat again.
But you have to beat it first to tenderize it.
That's right. According to the animal...
Really, Mother?
Well, we got to beat it good.
No, that's Whip It.
Oh, Whip It Good. Sorry. That's right. That's not Beat It Good.
Beat It was by Michael Jackson.
Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Don't you let the cows
What's
eat
your
it.
problem? You're not even laughing.
Yeah, what's your problem? You're not even laughing. Participate
You're
with
gonna lose
laughter.
zeros if you're not laughing.
She listened to you. Okay. Mr. Serious over there.
Well, I understand why.
Got to get a guffaw or two in here.
Mr. Cereal.
Mr. Cereal, yeah. How can you be serious at a time like this? All right, anyway, it says here, according to the Animal Rebellion, the milk pours took place at 8 different locations on Saturday, including, well, it doesn't matter, it's all in the UK, but, I mean, look at that. That's in front of a case. I mean, these people are idiots.
Yeah, no.
Animal farming is the leading cause.
Well, what if they said it was sour milk?
It shouldn't be on the floor. It doesn't.
No, that's true.
I think they should just take the milk and put it in another case. Just confuse everyone. Just move the stuff around a little bit. But to destroy food, I mean, they're not doing any better because at least when we consume it, it's getting used, not thrown on the floor. I think these people should go to jail for this.
Yep.
I mean, this is just...
After they clean it up.
Well, yeah.
On their hands and knees.
Yes. And then get sexually assaulted. we know
You're the one that said it, not me.
we have some names of some people that can sexually assault you. So we just talked about them. I forgot her name already.
Yeah. What did you two have before the show?
Well, somebody's going to entertain everybody. What are you? You're not talking.
You two are quiet.
You guys, this is a radio show. They aren't just looking at you. They're not just looking at you for your cuteness. They expect. I'm just saying
Says
that.
who?
Well, they're looking at us for the cuteness because
Oh,
we're the
okay.
cute ones.
Okay.
We're the ones that are outspoken.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just wallflowers. Boy, he's never been so serious. What in the world's going on over there?
It's called having to deal with a funeral.
I take that back. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah.
We've all been through that.
Well, before the
It's a
show.
little tough because, it's an honor to do it, but my one cousin, one of her daughters, I guess they didn't have enough pallbearers, and she said her husband was going to do it, and I'd rather see her husband be with her. And like I said, it is an honor to do it. So I was also asked to be a pallbearer. It's going to be a little tough, even doing that. So
Well, to be honest with you, when you guys were here, the lights were down. because I was crying quite a bit today. So it's coming up on the anniversary of Ken's death.
Yeah.
And I was playing music because I'm trying to find stuff for his sister that I promised to get her computer done, and she asked me then for some pictures of him, and I'm going to give her all the videos of the band and all the pictures of the band and all the audio that are MP3s of the band, so that she has all that stuff. And I bought her a new computer. Well, not new computer, but a better one than she was going to get one of the band computers, which was an i5, and I bought her an i7, which has a bigger hard drive, more memory, and a bigger screen and everything, because I want to keep both of the computers, because I got to go through those computers as soon as I have time, and I don't want to give the computers up to her, because then I have to format the hard drive and I'll lose things, and I just don't want to do that until I get through them, and who knows when I'll get through them, because I mean I've just turned it on and started going through them, and I can't get very far. So
I understand.
I know it's tough, because I was when I don't even know how many years ago, it was 91 or something like that, we started our family reunions, and this was when the original 6-4 Alive and all that, and I was the one who taken pictures of, the quote-unquote photographer, and I was taking pictures and everything, and it's, I've gotten some good pictures to where, now they come and play, because, one of the memories that I'll remember, is, that, and I took a picture of it, was my aunt was in a chef's hat, and she had one of the aprons on and everything, and, I turned around, and knowing what she was doing, but, one of those stupid questions, but joking questions, "What are you doing?" And she said to me, "I'm cleaning up, somebody has to do it," type of thing, and, it's, so I got her there, and I got her relaxing in a chair one year, and, and then what's more difficult is around, like I said, yesterday was her birthday, and a year ago this time, we were in Connecticut for the celebration of her birthday, and I got some pictures there. So it hurt. I keep on seeing those images in my head, and it's tough. It really is, because even though it was coming, because she was sick for 2 years, and it's one of those things. And what goes through my mind a little bit too is my dad's sick with cancer, and they're giving him 3 years, and he's next. And obviously I'm not trying to prepare myself, because if I do, I'm not going to be able to, but that goes through my mind, is like, okay, he's next out of the 6. He's next.
Let me tell you something. As far as your father, okay, the only thing you can do is make his remaining time as best as you can with you.
We were talking the other day, and one of the things before he got off the line was make sure you call me more often, and I have been. Instead of like once a week, I've been doing it like 3 times a week, and even if it's just like he said, when he was older and his parents were alive, my grandparents, he used to call them every day, just to have that, "Hey, how are you?" type of
because
conversation.
After he's gone, you won't realize it until he's gone how much you will miss him.
Well, I know that, and that's what, it was funny, because I always said I wasn't close enough to my father as my mother, and it wasn't going to hurt as much, and it's starting to.
Well,
and, it really is, and,
if you want advice, I may not be the perfect person for it, because I didn't get along with my family. My brother and I did not get along, but when he was dying, I made sure I was there. I made sure I paid part of his bills, tried to make his life as easy as possible from my perspective, even though he treated me like dirt, even till the day he died.
Yeah.
And with my mother, I did not get along with my mother, but I decided that I wanted to, I had a choice. I could either just let her die and continue my way, or I could become part of her life. And I felt that it was real important to me to fix what was wrong, even though it wasn't my doing, all my doing. It was a lot of her doing, but I felt that it was more important that I have a relationship with my mother than I hold a grudge. And I am so thankful I did that with both of those people, because my brother was a jerk till the day he died, but I have no regrets with anything with him.
Yep.
And my mother, I have no regrets there either. And your difference is that you cared about him all your life, I'm assuming,
Yeah, yeah.
and probably didn't have problems with him most of your life.
Well, what it was tough is that my father's after I was 13 years old, we moved to Pennsylvania, and my dad was always in another state. You know, whether he was in Connecticut, whether he was in North Carolina, Arizona, and now Florida. So the only time I've really seen my father, unfortunately, is either when he come up for a funeral or something like maybe once in a while when he did the family reunion. We did that. So
I haven't seen my father since I was 25.
yeah,
Because he died when I was 25.
yeah.
And
So
and I really wish I had the opportunity to. I mean, I was fortunate enough that I made amends with my father before he died, and it happened suddenly. None of us saw it coming. I just happened to make amends with him before he died. So when he died, as much as I missed him, I at least had the chance to fix things before he died.
Well,
So-
I was told by a therapist one time when I was talking to him, he's the one that told me, he says to me, no matter what you do, even though you'll get surprises, he said, sit down or call your father and have a nice, you tell him everything that's on your mind. And I did that. And and since then, my father and I have been closer, and I've gotten my father's not the one to go, I love you.
My father was not the one, or my mother was not the one.
My dad, most of the time when I get off the phone with him, that's the last words in his mouth is, Michael, I love you.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
hear that word much when I was a child at all. I don't think I've heard it when I was a child. The only time I think that my parents said it was I was in the hospital with lung surgery at 22. And at one point I said it to them, and they said it back. And that was the only time. I thought I was going to die, so I just figured I might as well say it because it's not going to kill me. Or, well, maybe it could have killed me. But the bottom line is that you have to make some decisions that are you got to make some selfish decisions because you know it's coming. At least you know it's coming.
Yeah.
And with my mother, I didn't know if I had a year, a day.
Yeah.
I was lucky. I had a couple years, and I had a chance to make it work. And I took her to the movies every week as long as I could, and I got to, I got to be
We did
part
other
of her.
things with her.
I
We
got-
took her on a dolphin cruise.
I did what I felt was important, and I don't regret it at all. And I'm thankful that I did do that stuff. And the only regret that I have is that I didn't start earlier. But I had a lot of things going on in previous years with Pam dying and stuff that really it made me open my eyes when she died. I realized how alone I was because once she was gone, boom.
Yeah,
it was like
I know it's very tough, and it's one of those things where, even though, like I said, it's not a mother or father figure, but it's still tough.
and it's really
no matter
tough for
when
me.
someone, and I can't imagine what my father's going through because he has the cancer. He's not able to go to Connecticut, because
Well, he
he's
just
that
lost a
bad.
brother not that long ago, and now it's his sister.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's tough on him. I know it's harder on him,
And
but it's one of those things where I'm going to represent our part of the family, his side of family, and that'll be
It was
my honor to do that.
It was difficult for me for Ken because he's younger than me,
Ken was also like a brother to
and
you.
he was like, we never really talked about things like when his family was saying that the time he was happiest was when he was with me, and that was an eye-opener for me because I took it for granted, and he took it for granted that because we were together every Friday for 37 years,
Yep.
and we took it for granted that we were each other's best friends in a lot of ways, and he's been with me all my girlfriends and all my marriages and all that stuff. He's seen the best of me and the worst of me, and yet he stood by me. And when he died, that really was a big piece of me that died with him. And then there's this guy that I wanted to talk about, which I was going to make this. I guess we can talk about this now because.
Okay.
Oh, that's not
Bear
it.
Bear!
That's not what I wanted. Where was it? Where is it? Where'd it go? I lost.
That's my bear
Maybe
bear.
it's here. There it is. I want to
Yes.
talk about him. He's a friend of mine who was just had a heart attack and actually died for
8 minutes.
8 minutes, and actually was a big part of my wrestling career. Was that he gave me when I had a big disagreement with the place where I started. They told me I wouldn't wrestle or work wrestling in anymore. They said that I'm done, and I went to John, and John Rambo took me in, and actually because of John Rambo, I had a 12-year career in wrestling, and I'm very thankful to him because he gave me an opportunity to continue what I wanted to do, and he now needs help because
He had the heart attack.
of the heart
and now he
attack,
can't work.
and actually has a GoFundMe, and I guess I can't do this because I don't really know where his GoFundMe is. I know where I could go to his page, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, he was really instrumental in helping me get to places that he helped me develop my character. He didn't know he was helping me do that, but he basically helped a lot in my character development and all that. And I am friends with the guy, and I really appreciate the guy a lot. He actually drew, or actually, if you watch wrestling, WWE, what's his name on there?
It was John Rambo.
No.
Oh.
Oh, WWE.
Oh.
Luke Gallows from WWE gave him $500 towards this GoFundMe. Mick Foley gave him, I think, $250. There's all kinds of people that have donated from the wrestling community, and I also donated to him, but it's not going through because I don't know what.
So far, out of the $20,000 goal that they set, almost $3,500's been raised.
Well, and
She's like,
he. Yeah, I'm looking here, and it says that 38 people have donated to him so far, and some people have donated, $500. Some people have donated $200. Some people donated $20 or $10. Whatever you can donate is definitely appreciated because he's a good guy. And
I'm sorry, I missed what it was all about.
This is one of the guys that helped Mike in wrestling when he first got started. After he split from Rob Noxious's group, Rambo took him in and let him work those shows, and then he had a heart attack where he was down for 8 minutes.
Well, this is the thing.
Dead.
Okay, you want to talk about feeling, you feel helpless and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's my age.
Yeah.
He's a guy that has big guns and really strong, and I'm a big fat guy. I think about myself and about all the people that have died around me that are younger than me, and that messed my head up really bad. It messed my head up really bad, knowing that him had a heart attack. That he had a heart attack. Every time I saw him, he was in shape, and he was ready to rumble. This guy I mean, it messed me up.
And he was
it
a
really,
chef too. I mean,
Yeah.
he would make all kinds of meals, so he
Oh, yeah,
knows
yeah.
about nutrition.
yeah, and he, I don't know. He was a good guy, and I just feel really bad for him because he's now he can't work right now, and his health insurance has to keep going for him to survive because he's got all kinds of rehabilitation he's got to do, and I just want to make sure that
it's a proven factor that no matter how old you are or young you are, how big you are, how skinny you are, if you're gonna, no matter how healthy you eat, whether you jog, whether you walk, whether you stay in shape or anything like that, anything like that can happen to anybody. And you
I know,
when.
I understand, but
Yeah, and
but the actual reality
yeah,
that could be me.
yeah.
I mean, I had a stroke in 2012.
Yeah.
You would not know that by the way I am right now,
Yeah.
but that could have happened to me then. I could have died then.
Yeah.
I'm still here, and here's him, the guy who has always had big guns and had always, worked hard and tried to stay in shape and stuff. And it really messes with my head because of all the people like Ken was not a sick person. Ken was always healthy and he worked for FedEx and
Right.
was always working and using his body and doing things and stuff, and that messed with me pretty bad too.
He never
But,
drank. He
he
smoked.
doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, any of that stuff, and it messes with your head a little bit. So I'd like to see him get help. I'd like to see him be able to continue his way, and he just basically he's a proud guy. He doesn't want to do this.
Right.
The money is he's not the kind of guy that would
Well,
look for.
And she figured out her trick. She gets in my chair, she gets a treat. Yeah.
Yeah, the dog's smart. She's pretty smart.
She was upstairs and on her couch.
And he saw you were.
And
she saw you were
I
gone.
went to the restroom,
Uh-huh.
and next thing I know,
That'll
she
teach
beat
you.
me downstairs.
That'll teach you.
You want this, don't you? You want this? Get down. That's what you knew. You knew that's what you get. Yep. Get in my seat. You get that?
She's not the biggest.
No dummy.
Yeah, she's no dummy.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, Rambo's, even if I went to a show by myself, he was always good, let me take pictures, things like that. And like you said, to see him down,
It threw me for a
it's
head.
hard.
It messed with my head. When you sent me the first article, I was thinking, oh, is that his dad? I didn't realize that was him.
that was him?
And that threw me for a loop because when I realized that he was the one I was thinking it was dad because he aged a lot in the last couple of years because I hadn't seen him for a while. But
It's
But
funny. It's funny. The last week on Thursday is when she actually died. I don't know about what time or whatever, but it's funny because I was door dashing, and all of a sudden this, thought comes in my head, and it was like one of those dark thoughts, and I'm thinking, okay, the thought that came into my head, now there's only two of them because there was originally six, and she's the fourth one to go. And then I said, Michael, stop. This is not true. Stop. Well, it's, and all after about 1:30 that afternoon, that gut feeling stuck with me. And I said, okay, we were laying in bed, 9:30 that night. My father calls me. And I'm thinking something's wrong. My father never calls me, especially 9:30 at night. And he told me, he said to me, Aunt Teresa died today. And then it was okay. The next day I'm door dashing, around the same time, 1:30 in the afternoon. I go and get gas. The young ladies next to me, looked like Trish's daughter. And I'm thinking, okay. Coincidence? Yeah, okay. All right. I go to it pops up. I get KFC. Walk through the door. There's this elderly couple sitting to the left, exactly like her mother and father. And I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. And I'm thinking, okay, these signs are popping up. I said to Trish, this has got to stop. Which only goes to the factor is my Uncle Bob, my Aunt Teresa, her mother and father must have found each other up in heaven, and they're joking like hell up there and having a good time because, that has to be, signs of saying, okay, we're up here, we're having a good time.
We're watching you, and just to let you know we're watching.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only thing I can tell you as far as that stuff goes. I mean, I've had some pretty dark times when I think about it, and I try not to think about it because I know that Ken would rather that I go on and just I gotta.
Well, I honestly believe that once somebody really dies, they as a family, whether a family member, friend, or everything, one, there's a reason for it, and we may not know that reason, but two, they're always watching over you, and in some way or another, they're guiding you into what you do, to what to do, and because that's what I think these angels and spirits are for, in my opinion, and don't. In my opinion, I think that's what they're there for, to guide the certain people. Just like brief story short, when my grandmother, which is my father's mother, she wanted to see all the grandchildren before she died, and she said that she was laying in her bed, knowing she was going to die, said, "I want to see all my grandchildren before I die." I walked into the room, her face lit up, and the last one to see her was the one out in Arizona, and he flew specifically in. The next day she died. She got all her grandchildren in, and the next day she died. And I honestly feel the look on her face when I walked in was tremendous. The one thing about my aunt that I'll always remember, is the way she basically brushed my cheeks like this, and go, "Oh, Michael, how are you?" And that's the way she said it, and I'll always remember that. That's the way she brushed my face, and it always comes back, and it's sad, and it's, that I'll never get that from her again, and, probably out of, she's one of the aunts and uncles that always looked out for me.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I say that, when we went to the birthday party, I turned around and she was leaning over to my aunt, and my aunt was saying something to her, and I'm thinking, what is she saying? She turned around and she goes to me, "Make sure you take care of Michael for us."
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's the only memory I'll have. So that alone should put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So we talked about the kids throwing the milk on the floor.
Yes.
Here's another set of protesters. They threw soup on Van Gogh's iconic sunflower. Now you're talking about an $80 or $90 million painting. Now these kids, they fortunately are not good aims because they didn't get the majority of the painting, but still, these kids should go to jail too. And even though it didn't hurt anyone else, it did destroy. Well, they tried to destroy an expensive painting. Which, again, what is with these kids that they want to destroy things like this?
Because one of the things, and I'm not, maybe it's not the whole thing. One of the things is these kids get away with murder these days.
Well, at least destruction.
And literally murder. Literally, they can, whatever happens these days, they can treat their parents like dirt, and they get away with it.
Yep.
Back when you and I were growing up, my mother hit me with the wooden spoon. She had my father had the strap and the barber strap and the bell.
And they would go to jail for that.
Right. They would go to jail for that these days. Now back then it was they didn't care.
Yeah. It says fossil fuel protesters have been arrested for splashing a tin of Heinz tomato soup across Vincent van Gogh's iconic Sunflowers painting inside the National Gallery in London. Anna Holland and Phoebe Plummer, 21, carried out an act of vandalism inside the museum on Friday before gluing themselves to the wall beneath the 1889 artwork valued at $85 million. Specialist officers have unglued them from the wall, and they have been taken into custody to a central London police station, saying the duo was arrested for criminal damage and aggravated trespass. There's some minor damage to the frame of the artwork, but the painting is unharmed. They're lucky that the painting is unharmed.
Yeah.
But even that frame is probably worth some money too, because it's really, really old. It says here, Holland and Plummer are members of the Just Stop Oil, a climate campaign group, working together to ensure the government commits to ending all new licenses and consents for exploration, development, and production of fossil fuels in the UK. Well, you guys might as well start buying an EV, because they probably drive a car. So if they're so against it, they should not have a car. And it just is so crazy. See here, it looks like they actually hit the frame of the pizza, hit the
of the painting.
So it says there is some minor damage to the frame, but the painting is unharmed. Following her arrest, Plummer appeared unapologetic, telling the local media, "Is art worth more than life, more than food, more than justice?" She said the soup was chosen as the damaging liquid of choice because Brits won't even be able to heat up food this winter as the country faces a cost of living crisis. How is that going to change? Their painting, destroying a painting, is not going to get people to change their habits on power. You got to do that over time. You can't just, this was $89 million worth of painting. Well, now you just destroyed a painting worth $89 million. They can't even sue it or sell it. And it's just ridiculous. And these kids probably won't get any more than a slap on the wrist. Oh, exactly. And that's how they glued themselves to the wall.
And that's what I'm saying. They basically.
I get it.
They can get away with murder these days and get away with everything they get, and because they're under 18 years old, a legal minor, what are they going to get? They're not going to go to a juvenile hall.
Put them in jail. That's what my sister said. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Now here's something that's interesting.
Go, though, and that's what I say.
I just made the realization. I should have realized this already. The reason that they didn't damage the painting was they probably have glass across the painting.
Yeah.
So all they could do is destroy the frame. So it's good they didn't destroy the painting. But I just don't get kids. Or people. I mean, what does painting have to do with the cost of living crisis? How about going out and developing something? How about making life better by improving something rather than destroying something? That would be my idea of doing things. Okay, so that's that. How big is the biggest sunfish ever?
You mean weight-wise or length-wise?
Weight. How big is the biggest sunfish on record?
300 pounds.
150 pounds.
300, 150. What do you got?
I'll go 400.
Okay, you can add all those up, and they're still not the biggest one.
What?
A 3-ton,
oh my goodness,
Hummer-sized sunfish
What?
sets record for the biggest fish ever.
How?
How are you an Indian?
Yes.
How? This is a sunfish. That's a sunfish. It's a big sunfish. That's the size of a sun.
I just don't see how a fish could grow that big. Unless
Maybe it
ate
overeats.
Miracle Grow.
It ate like Cheyenne does.
Cheyenne.
I can't even imagine. That weighs more than my car,
Wow.
and my car is heavy. This weighs 3 tons.
I'm glad bear won't be like that.
It says a monster nearly 3-ton sunfish was found dead off of Portugal, and has weighed in as the
that's
heaviest
why Portugal.
bony fish ever discovered. Says while the oceanic, I don't know, behemoth was discovered in 2021 as Guinness Book of World Records breaking came to light recently. The supersized bumphead sunfish, known for its scientific name Mola alexandrini, had been discovered floating in the North Atlantic Ocean off of Bale Island.
I'm trying to imagine this fish this size swimming around in the ocean and be like, if there's sharks there
you go.
the sharks aren't going to go after him. Here he is, this big thing, and scaring everybody else.
Well,
It just doesn't.
but keep in
doesn't add
mind that
up.
there are a lot of fish that we have never even found yet. There are so many fish in the ocean that we can't even get to. That was probably one of them.
Yeah.
And there's probably lots and lots of fish that are that size that we'll never see.
Wow.
It's like the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah. Or
Although-
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's not a fish.
That's true.
At least I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a fish.
He's got an amphibian side
Yeah,
somewhere.
I guess so. It's just funny when I think about a fish that big. Where's food? There's your food. There's your food. But you're not allowed to eat animals. So the people that spilled the milk would be fighting over that too. You can't eat that sunfish. Oh man. Here you go. I thought of you when this next one came. I don't know why I thought of you, but
Thanks a lot for thinking of me.
yes, I did. The
Oh,
the title is "I'm freeing the boob at work, and I don't care what people think."
really? I've never done that.
I know, but she reminded me of you.
Okay.
You got to see her.
Freed the boob at work?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
No, I realized I didn't say you were a criminal. I didn't say you were an issue that you were, that you were. I just, you got.
I just want to know which one she did, the left or the right.
Both.
Both.
Okay.
She
freed
did.
both boobs?
Okay, so the deal is now that. Okay, so when I was a kid, women had to cover them up,
Yep.
and even now they're supposed to cover them up according to standards. But now life has changed because there's equal rights.
And breastfeeding.
And well, even worse. I mean, even more than that. You can't discriminate and make people wear clothes. I'll read this as it is. I stopped wearing a bra every day. Yes, that means I don't always wear a bra to work, and I feel liberated. Feel free. Forget free the nipple. I'm freeing the whole damn boob, both of them. I've been thinking about my boobs a lot lately. I usually do too.
Of hers?
Partly, any boobs. Partly because celebrities like Florence Pugh, is that Pugh? P-U-G-H, and Olivia Wilde are foregoing their bras on the red carpet and looking like goals, and because so tired of dressing not to attract judgment or attention from men. Now, first off, men are jerks anyway, because guys they just feel they have the right to send pictures to women, I've been told, regardless of whether they're warranted or not, or whether they ask for it or not, they'll send
Yep.
what is called
And
dick pics.
there are some women that do the same thing.
Yes, there are.
There may be, but you, as a guy, probably don't object to it. Whereas women usually object to it because they aren't asking for it.
Yep.
Anyway, it says here, I want to dress for myself, like men do every day. Bras are uncomfortable. The first thing I do when I get home is free myself from the bra to relax and finally feel comfortable. Often my bra leaves angry red marks on my skin because it's been digging into me all day.
That I will agree with, that part.
And actually, she looks like she's wearing a mask. I don't think that's her face. She really does look like she's wearing a mask. When I was devoted to wearing a bra, it wasn't unusual for me to be at my desk and be forced to try and reposition a rogue bra strap or adjust my bra so I wasn't pinching a particular part of my body. I totally get why women decide to stop wearing corsets because they couldn't breathe in them. Fingers crossed, bras will be next. And honestly, heels come right after that. So I've stopped wearing a bra all the time. So you notice she is not wearing anything. While companies can no longer legally have different dress codes for men and women, there are also unconscious social worms, right? Recently, a woman wrote into Sydney newspaper and shared that 2 co-workers had complained about her not wearing a bra because it allegedly made them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can see that.
In 2021, ABC obtained a recording from a briefing that told women working for a construction company that if they dressed less provocatively, that would deter sexual harassment. And now, being a guy, I would say that. But after reading this, I'm rethinking all this stuff. And after having the guy that 2 down from me that got in trouble for sexual harassment because he said something about this girl who was obviously dressed knowing that she could get those comments. But, being a guy, being an adult, we know what's right. We know that we shouldn't say things, and yet we still do. I don't, but we still do.
Well, in some cases, too, how old, does it say how old she is?
I think it said she was, did it say? I don't know.
I don't remember. But
I don't think it does.
Like,
she's young.
Like some young adults, like when you're in your early 20s, you can be young and perky, but as you get older or you have children, the body changes and you start sagging and it just doesn't work.
But again, what we're talking about is we're talking about social standards.
Yeah.
The social standard was you were supposed to wear a bra. Now the social standard is you can't discriminate because of sex. If you're going to demand that women wear bras, men are going to have to wear bras too, if you demand that. That's what the dress code thing is about. It says here the lingerie chain Honey Burdette periodically made headlines for years for having a dress code that required female workers to wear red lipstick and tailored pants and pencil skirts. You see the trend, don't you? The messaging, women are told always to dress in a certain way to be taken seriously. Hence why I always thought the amount of underwear or underwire I wore somehow showed how seriously I took my job or how much I respected myself. Now again, it may not be on the surface where, if you have a company where you start dressing without that, your chances of advancement are probably going to be less, even though they can't advertise it that way, because like at the place where I worked, if a woman were overly endowed and didn't wear the right stuff, they were not going to promote that woman into a position where they're going to be directly dealing with our vendors and stuff like that. They're going to, that is going to harm them, but they're not officially allowed to do that.
Yeah, but wait till she starts having back problems.
Well, but that's not their problem. The thing is, the problem is it says dress codes aren't as enforceable anymore, but the norms remain. Where when I worked at David Jones wearing stockings while still expected, and I got UTIs to prove it, it's only now that I'm a relaxed office-style job where I don't have the autonomy where I have more autonomy over how I dress. When we're in this in-between stage where women don't technically have to wear heels or a bra, there's still a social pressure to conform. Being a woman means I am constantly navigating double standards and trying to unlearn in hopes that wearing a bra means that I should be given more respect or whatever. It says here, I always figured I didn't want to be known as the girl who doesn't wear a bra, but I've realized that I do want to be known as that girl. Why? Because I want to remind women that you don't have to wear a bra to be respected or seen as a professional. Here I am, ladies, braless and running a meeting. So, and my sister says it's a job. You're paid to be there and do work and abide by their policies. Look at Hooters dress code.
Yep.
The thing is, I saw this and the first thing I thought was, why wouldn't you? And then as I read it, I thought, well, okay, I could see the point because we don't have those standards. We don't have to worry about that. They don't, give us like they did make us wear ties at one time, and women didn't have to wear ties. They got to wear their, cutesy clothes and stuff. But we had to wear ties and a coat. We didn't have to do that after, 10 years or so. And then, but the women could always wear whatever they wanted. At least in my mind, that's true. But in reality, I never really thought about it because it's not a thing I would have to worry about. So now I think about it, and I have a second. My second thought now is she has some points. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it other than, that's her decision. And if they don't like that, they can fire her for some reason, but they can't fire her for that reason. They'll have to find something else.
Well, Ann's right. Ann said she wouldn't take her seriously at all from
that's what I'm saying.
Standpoint. She's just seeking attention.
Right, and that's why I'm saying that at the place where I work, they would never promote a woman that was like that, and they couldn't say they wouldn't promote it for that reason because they would get in trouble for it. But they would find a reason, like they found a reason, like they were finding a reason to get rid of me. They were trying to get rid of me, so I just said, okay, I'll just retire. Mm-hmm. When I say I retired early, it wasn't for good behavior. It was because I'd rather leave on my own terms than leave on their terms. And I wasn't ready to retire. I wanted to work a couple more years because, I didn't think, first off, I had the money. And had I realized I had the money, I would have quit earlier because I could have had a lot more things. But, it actually worked out in the advantage. And right now I say thank you to them for giving me a hard time because in a lot of ways it helped me. So I just wanted to read that because I thought that she had some good points, and I just wanted to follow into that and try to show the other side. So,
yeah,
all right.
I couldn't go without a bra. I mean, I'd end up with major back
and I would think that would be the case for women that are overly endowed, but women that are not necessarily over-endowed.
And the ones that can go without it make me sick.
And, I know that Pam wanted to have a reduction because she had very large ones, and it was very large, and it gave her back problems. And I understand that from her standpoint. Mm-hmm. So I think that the woman's choice should be the woman's choice. And it shouldn't be, you have to wear this. I mean, but again, if they want to be taken seriously in the business world, you've got to wear, in the male's case, you got to wear a tie or a suit.
But look at these women, too, who use it to further themselves. Like, they'll wear the real low-cut.
I know, and I've seen that.
Keep it modest, not even really keeping it modest, but if they do that to attract the male boss's attention and...
Hey, you do what you got to do. I mean, for better or for worse, for whatever reason, you can't tell anyone how to dress. I mean, I wish I could have I can't point to any other than the fact that I had to wear ties every day and I had to wear a suit jacket every day. I didn't like wearing a suit jacket. The ties I got used to, and when they told us we could stop wearing them, I still carried my tie around, and I just it was hard to get away from that once I was accustomed to dressing that way. But I understand more after reading that article why she did it, because I didn't really. My first thing was, the same that most people have, is that she's just trying to show off her,
Yeah.
But I thought about it. I thought, okay, I got to look at it from another side. I got to really think about what, some people would probably want to be able to show off, if you call it show off. There's also other ways to hide them. You could get
Wear bigger shirts.
The nipple thing, the thing that the women wear in stripper bars, the nipple cover-ups.
The pasties?
Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think of the name of it. So there are other things you can do rather than a bra to cover up that. But, I mean, that's kind of like saying you can show off your, no, a guy can show off his package by wearing real tight jeans and get away with it.
Well, if the bra is bothering her that much, then it's not fitting properly. She should go be professionally fitted for one.
I don't know. She looked like she had a lot there. All right, next one. Missouri sex dungeon victim.
We're back on that topic.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, not sorry. This is a good story. Well, not a good story. A Missouri sex dungeon victim who escaped the House of Horrors told rescuers that Sicko killed 2 of her friends. So
it's in Missouri. That's a state we haven't heard from.
Well, yeah, usually it's like Ohio or Florida or whatever. I mean, that one guy was Ohio that did that, had that, and if it weren't for him screwing up and leaving the door cracked open or whatever, that girl might still be there. And I wonder how women get into those I mean, I can understand. I wonder. Okay, so a lot of things run through my mind when I see this. I wonder if, like, she was on a site where she was into BDSM and she got with this guy and it started to be this and it ended up being that.
Yeah.
And he ended up tying her or whatever it was that he did. And but the idea that he killed people, and the idea that she couldn't get, the idea that he was that serious and he wasn't letting her leave, that scares me. And you being a woman, that would scare you too. And there are a lot of wackos out there, and a lot of guys that are crazy, and especially in the BDSM market. Missouri police are investigating whether the sicko who allegedly held a woman captive for a month as his sex slave tormented other victims. The development was revealed after a 22-year-old woman who escaped Timothy Hazlitt's Jr.'s sex dungeon last week claimed to her rescues that the suspect had killed 2 of her friends. Excelsior Springs police confirmed to the outlet that they are actively investigating the woman's claims. We're taking the accusation of 2 or more women victims seriously and actively investigating it. Boy, I'm telling you, that's kind of scary. I mean, that guy, man. It says here, the woman fled the House of Horrors last week after a 39-year-old captor left to take his child to school. Now, this guy has a child, too, and he's got these women that are captive. She sprinted barefoot down the street to the home of a neighbor, Lisa Johnson, around 7:45 a.m. Friday, wearing latex lingerie, a metal dog collar with a padlock around it, and appearing malnourished. She was able to utter a soft "help me" in her state. She was wearing a very short black latex dress, which appeared opened up in places. You could plainly see what she had been through. So, and she was clearly dehydrated and malnourished. I mean, look at this. If this is his house, I mean, wow. I'm assuming that they put the fences up and stuff, but and the wood. I'm assuming that's the case. But it says here the 22-year-old had been held hostage in her basement since early September. Johnson told the woman. Johnson said she told the women she was calling the police, which caused her to panic, saying if she called the cops, Hazlitt would kill her. And she said he had been holding her, wouldn't let her go, and that he was going to kill her, and he had killed her 2 friends. The woman went to the home of another neighbor, Sarah Tharp. Tharp told her that the grandmother was home watching Tharp's son when the girl suddenly slammed on their front door, screaming for help. "You've got to help me. I've been held captive. I've been raped. You've got to help me. He's going to end up killing me," the girl told Tharp's grandmother, struggling to speak under the pressure of the collar. So
that's just...
It's scary when you think about... I mean, it's one thing when you play this stuff and it's consensual on both people, and it's play, and you know it's play, and when it's done, and you take the collar off and whatever. But this sounds like this was scary.
Yeah, some people take it too far.
And she was 22. He's 39.
Ooh.
And he looks like he could do some damage. So, man, but that's scary. I don't know. We're going to probably hear more from this guy, from whatever this guy is into.
I don't think I want to know.
I kind of want to know. I mean, that's kind of weird stuff.
You want to know what he's into?
I want to know what he did, because I mean, okay. So you always got to worry when you're a guy and you're playing BDSM stuff. You always got to worry about how well you know this person, and
right.
and you gotta kind of know what's going on as far as whether it's real and whether or not when it's play, and but if you're playing with somebody and the girl's vindictive, she can come up with all kinds of stories. She's got marks on her arms and her body and stuff, but it may have been consensual, and she just may be mad at him because he did something wrong.
Right.
So you got to be worried about that, because that's one thing that I used to play around in the BDSM stuff a little bit, and I never left any marks, and I was only playing, and I know there are people out there that do. Like, I knew some people in New Jersey that played for real. And but it was okay, because the people, like his girl that he played with, knew how he was and knew he was sadistic, and she was masochistic, and it worked out well. But for me, this is only play. You don't leave marks. You just But I got away from that stuff. But always in the back of my head, I just thought, well, you don't want to irritate her, because you get, because you can't say, no, I didn't do that. If you did do that, like I like to bite, leave teeth marks. You can get in trouble.
You are Dracula.
Back in my day, when I was 30, I had this. I wanted to know more about it, so I did do a few things that were borderline crazy, like meeting a girl you didn't know. There was all right. I'm going to have to tell the story, or I'm going to sound like a creep. Although I'm going to sound like a creep either way. Like I had this fascination because my parents used to take me to horror movies. Okay, when I was I was probably 6 or 7, and there were devices. I remember distinctly seeing these devices, and I thought, wow, they're pretty cool. I wonder what they do with those. And you'd see somebody tied up, and I knew what an Iron Maiden was. Do you know what an Iron Maiden is?
No.
Okay, it's a device, and it's a device where you put the whole body in, and they close the door, and actually there can be spikes, and they close the door and kill them. But that stuff fascinated me, and I wanted to know more about it. So when I broke up with my first wife, I found this site online. They're not around anymore. It's called the English Palace, and they were based out of New Jersey. And that's where I met Holly, actually. Okay. And her master was Charles, Sir Charles, and he was the guy that started the whole board. Now, this is back before AOL and all that stuff.
Right.
This was out. You had to have a program in your computer that would take you to the site, and then it was pretty for the time. It was pretty advanced, and then the computer would open up chat rooms and stuff like that, and everybody would talk about whatever they were doing, and I got fascinated by the whole idea of it, and I was young and I was single, and and I figured it's far enough away that if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have to see the people ever again. But it turned out that I liked it, and I liked the people, and actually I took Jamie to one of the events, so that had to be 92, 93-ish. Anyway, I liked the idea of it, and I started out submissing to this Amazonian girl that was... But we became really good friends. She taught me things. She taught me the right way to do things, the wrong way to do things, and all that stuff. And I played for a couple of years, and I had fun with it. And then I met Pam, and she didn't do it. I mean, I could never hit Pam. She just was so sweet. I could never. It takes a special woman that you have to hit. But it wasn't hitting. It was just spanking a little bit.
Right.
It was fun. It was fun while it lasted, but it was... I now know, and I can talk from experience. And you're looking at me really weird. And I'm just thinking she just has a whole different view of me that she probably never had before. Or else she's thinking, ooh, he's that kind of...
No, she's thinking very
tired. I could dominate him, and I could make him give me more zeros. I know what she's thinking. I know what she's thinking. She is tired. Her eyes are barely open. But anyway... I guess we can finish on that story because I don't have any stories that go with that. I do have some other stories. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have about 8 stories left over. That's not bad.
No.
And I actually was planning on, if I hadn't talked about some of the other stuff, we would have got through them. And I'm going to hold this Gen Z story because I think you guys would like that. In fact, these two go together. It's really stupid stuff, but it's I'm Gen Z. I don't know if you knew that or not, but these stories are about my generation of people, and it's just really stupid stuff, but the world's really stupid, and I thought these Gen Z stories were pretty funny. I mean, I'm sure they don't think it's funny, but I mean, I'm sure my people don't think it's funny, but I think it's funny. So I'm going to put them right there so I don't have to have as many stories for next week. And, well, we actually were late.
Well, that's even helping us out, so we don't have to send you so many.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that...
But we'll take care of you. We always do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really think that... I'm hoping that we have stories, because, I mean, I had a lot of stories from Atlanta, and that was not as cool as this. This is going to be cool. This is going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it, because L.A., I mean, that's one place I definitely wanted to visit. So...
Okay.
You just look like you just want to just sleep.
I was up at 4 a.m.
I was up at
4:30.
I was up at 9, which is...
Which time? East Coast time or West Coast?
East Coast time.
Okay.
But I had to get up to get the bus to get to work.
Oh, well, it's good you're not a bus driver. So anyway, yeah. That's I guess we'll leave on that. That's kind of good.
On the way home.
All right, well, heck with it. We'll just end the show right now and there. Anyway, I have some good stuff for next week then. But I ended on BDSM, so how much better could it be than that?
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, glad you guys got a chance to check it out, and we're going to talk to you next week, and hopefully, if my trip comes back the way I want it to come back, I'm going to come back here all excited and saying, hey.
Well, you are going to be excited because you have your new car.
Well.
Hopefully
by then. Hopefully, well, I really would like them to schedule for next Wednesday so I don't have to rush and do everything when I'm half asleep because I want to drive that car and I don't want to sleep. So.
Yeah, you don't want to test out the full self-driving yet.
No, I don't think it'll have the self-driving until I initiate it. So.
Okay.
All right. I will talk to you guys next week. Have a good week and have a great week. And I'll talk to you after I get back to LA. Talk to you later.